to reset the scene after sneaking your way through the undercrypts of the Tower of Fell Bats in order to confront a wizard that you were told by the goddess Hecate needed to die in order to get her party invitation to get to this Shadowfell ball that's sort of thrown in the other world, the other plane. You decided to go around and fight straightforward something called the Groundskeeper. You weren't sure what it was, didn't get any answers, but you went underground, overcame a couple of obstacles, fought some black puddings, and then ended up in this chamber with this extremely deadly and scary-looking ghostly wraith wielding this, pole arm, basically. And so now,
a glaive.
You are ready to fight it. And then that's where we're going to pick up. So right there.
I went up to the statue and I lit the candle.
Yep.
To bless it like I had done in the other room, and then this creature's face came right out of the statue at me and like screeched it. My hair's like flying back. It used to be blonde, now it's just white.
It was face-changingly frightful.
Oh man, I'm gonna
blow
the shit out of that thing.
Exactly.
Sorry for the statue.
You gonna what?
Blow the shit out of it. You take that how you want, but Locke doesn't have a mouth, so.
All I heard was, why are we incapable of just like being normal people?
Malachi has redeemed. The monsters have allies.
Malachi,
What?
my boy.
You
Making
monster.
the fight awesome.
Which, Otheon, we pre-rolled initiative.
Malachi has also redeemed Rich Get Richer.
That's
Ooh, that gives you guys 5.
He's
Hey!
sweet.
Now you have 5.
Otheon is at the top of the batting order.
Oh.
There we go. So,
Appropriate.
Okay.
let's go to the battle prep screen real quick. Let's finish setting up the battle board, and then we're going to be ready.
Chase is redeemed Rich Get Richer.
Okay,
So
cool.
6?
Yep. 6. Popping them off.
Hey!
Did another one just happen?
Yes.
Oh.
Wow.
7?
Okay.
I'm glad I
7
started
stack.
a trend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys did too.
Here's what he does, right?
Alright, battle
Rich
prep
kills
Kills
Richard.
all but one.
Okay, now we're back. All right, so there's a kind of let's see, what was I saying? So it swings at you, you deflect, and it kind of floats back up, back a couple of spaces from you. And then it turns to the statue, and you see it actively, like, almost kind of like, you can hear it almost hiss at the statue. And then it, like, grasps its hand in, like, this fist, and then the candle just goes out. And as the candle goes out, you hear coming from other sections of the room the sounds of, like, ethereal voices, disembodied voices kind of coming from the corners, and you can see other specters kind of coming into the room. And thanks to Malachi for the monsters that have allies, on top of the 2 wraiths you guys are fighting, we're going to add specters to the battle too.
Oh no!
So
Take it back.
I love you, Malachi. Keep it up. Add more monsters. Add the monsters' allies have
I
allies.
ain't gonna be able to see them. Dude, they fucking invisible.
Yeah.
That's hard to see.
Well, they are ghosts.
Well, no, even with the like, I'm like, yeah, in the smoke. That's great.
Sorry.
That's so cool.
Just give it a little.
Oh, that's.
There you go.
That was such a good
Anyways, so yeah, so it does that. As it begins creeping in, he takes his weapon, spins it, and hits the ground. And as it hits the ground, there's this, you can see this active bubble of magic that just kind of spreads and rings through the room. And now I need every one of you to make a DC 15 saving throw.
Do you see what now?
It's going to be, I think, if I gotta double check real quick, I think it's going to be wisdom.
Oh no!
I'm gonna start.
Wait, let me figure out what it is.
So, wisdom.
And then we should let it make it first.
Are we going down the line or are we just going?
Well, if we all gotta do it, might as well go down the line, right?
Alright, let's start.
No, I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
Out.
I already did
Well,
it.
wait, then you.
Yeah, I totally already did it.
Oh.
Yeah, so DC 16 actually, sorry.
Oh!
That's worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
16 wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw. Mhm.
Oh. I got a 22. Got a real fail. I got a 14. You said
Not a
6?
strong save for.
You said 16?
DC 16.
Got a 15.
Got
got
15,
15?
huh? Okay.
I got a 26.
Okay. So everybody who fails is now effectively underneath the silence spell.
Oh,
That's
no.
brutal.
Well,
Alright.
Katarina got really good play.
Yeah, she did. Run
She's
away.
been silenced. Ooh, start looking at them spells up now.
Yeah.
I need that. She have thunderclap. That's one.
Okay.
I'm
So,
gonna do some searching.
the duration of it lasts for the length of the round.
Okay. Oh. I think I see what's going to happen here. Great. Initiative? Ooh, me?
Initiative puts you there. So after it does that, you feel like cold air and like almost like a biting kind of wind start to kind of pick up and move through the room as well. So then we got
Fun fact: every single one of her spells requires verbal.
D4.
Every single spell, not cantrip.
Okay.
Okay. Damn.
That's no surprise.
No, it's not, but it's sucky.
It's super.
All right.
Actually, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
She has one magic ability that does not require.
Okay.
All right. So now we go into initiative.
Yeah, which is my turn, right?
Altheon's first.
Okay.
Well, that's good.
Actually, this isn't up there yet. My bad.
I'll level my glaive at the. And then I'll step forward and attack the groundskeeper. Let's do this. Oh my gosh. Wow.
So as soon as you step into within 5 feet of it, you feel.
just within 10 feet, actually.
10
'cause I've
feet?
got a polearm. Yeah.
Is it 10? All right, that's fine. Well, you're already within 10 then.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, totally. Okay. Yeah, I tell everybody to stay close to me. Then I attack the groundskeeper in front of me. I just thrust my glaive right at his chest. Oh. Does a 10 hit?
A 10 does not hit. As a
Okay.
matter of fact, you swing through it and your weapon touches nothing. Just outright.
All right. But I'm going to try again anyway.
Okay.
My second attack. I'm rolling 19s like crazy tonight. 28 total.
Doesn't hit. Just goes right through him.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Then I end my turn.
Alright, that makes it the Groundskeeper's turn.
Lock, you're on deck.
So with your 2 strikes fading, basically just cutting straight through him, it just kind of floats towards you with its raising its weapon and just makes a couple of attacks. Let's see. Where's the guy at? Right here. Nope, right there. It's yeah, it lashes out twice with its pole arm. So, the first attack.
Oh, first
19 to hit.
That is my AC.
Right on.
Later bite, I believe, is
Roll the other one.
terminology.
The other one is definitely a miss, for sure. For sure. That's definitely Mike is 100% correct on that one. This is gonna hurt you a lot more than it hurts me right now.
I can't fucking Jesus,
Okay,
dude.
so-
I'm getting close to you.
Okay, you can see.
Camera's away.
I'm wondering how absurd this
All right, so
is.
that's going to be 17 cold damage.
Okay.
Ooh,
And then I need a...
from one
I'm going
hit.
to use Ultri's resilience, sorry, from my armor to reduce that by a D10, the damage, plus my con modifier. So that's croc. Woohoo! I reduce it by 3.
Nice. So... I need a DC... Why's that not working?
Oh, the ghost is glitching. Get him now.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Bro, take advantage of it.
He's
It's stuck in the
forgotten how to
corner.
attack things.
Yeah, it's stuck in the corner. Get him.
Did you catch it? That looked pretty close.
I did catch it.
It's in your hand right now.
What's left of it?
So I need a DC 15 Dex saving throw.
Dex
Yeah.
saving throw. Okay.
Wait, no, Constitution. Sorry, Constitution.
Oh.
This man's rolls are the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah, I'm getting 19s or 2s, so I got a 4.
A 4?
Yep.
Oh no.
You got the okay. So
A lot more than we thought.
Maybe.
Oh no.
what was your save?
I got a 4.
A 4 in total.
Yes.
As the glaive as it strikes you and hits your body, you feel this deep, bone-shattering, icy cold strike across your body, and your whole body begins to encase in ice, and you are now petrified.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh no! You know what that means?
No,
Oh,
I don't.
No.
I just want to express.
Until the end of your next turn.
Okay, that's a little bit better than I was fearing. Because like I'm petrified. I'm like, oh, all the spellcasters are currently voiceless.
Not me. I'm good.
Oh, did you pass?
Yeah, he passed.
I got a 22.
Oh,
Petrified.
So you are petrified until the end of your next turn. Also, do I have the silence? Who's silenced?
Everybody but Ophion and Locke.
Lock. Looks like healing word is out.
Oh, you know what's really interesting and I didn't think of?
Mhm.
You were all silenced and then I yelled out stuff. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
I'm not silenced, but if you're in the effects of silence, can you not hear anything?
No, that would be deafened.
Right, but the silence spell would stop any noise. That's why I was wondering if, like, you know...
If it just hit this wall of silence and nothing was able to get
Yeah,
in.
that's what I mean. If you've been affected by the silence, then, you know, can you hear anything around you?
I mean, I was.
Because you're not given the deafened condition with the
Yeah.
with the silence
So you
spell.
would be
you're
able to
not.
hear.
Externally. Nothing within the space.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Mhm.
External sounds, I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
you are silenced, so it's not an area of effect, but you're not deafened. So if somebody who isn't under the effect of silence yells at you, then you would be able to hear them. If you yell back, there would be nothing
Interesting.
in return. So technically, you would hear nothing from somebody who's silenced. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It doesn't look like I have silenced. I have deafened, but not silenced.
Close
That's
enough.
funny.
Silence, well, it's not a condition.
Hmm?
Silence isn't a condition.
It's not.
No. It's just the effect of a spell.
Oh, this one it was. You'd think there should be a condition for it then.
Kind of.
At the very minimum, that there would be a token for it, so that people would remember. Just like,
The
concentrating isn't a condition either,
Right.
technically. But either way,
We'll add it to the list.
so
I've got mind jumbling going.
I saw that. Yeah.
I knew there was something.
all right, that ends. It made 2 attacks, missed 1, landed 1. That ends its turn.
Alex. Who's next?
That is the filler, which I'm assuming hasn't come into play yet.
What? No, the race.
Oh, the race.
Mhm.
Okay, the race. It's the race.
The race.
Yeah.
And then I actually forgot to add the 2 specters as well from Malachi, who had Monsters Have Allies. 2 specters. What did I get?
Oh, sorry. It's Locke, then the Wraiths.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm pretty
It's
sure.
Locke, then the Wraiths, then me.
Okay.
Yeah, because Locke was on deck. I apologize.
Okay,
Locke.
so it's Locke's turn then.
Yes, it's Locke.
Don't worry about the bard. He's been silenced.
Kind of lost the ghost in there, but they're on the corners, right?
Are they?
Yeah, I think so.
They're around there somewhere.
Jesus.
All right, so I'm going to, you know what? I know who's the problem. I'm gonna try and shocking bolt the groundskeeper.
Okay.
So that is a 20 to hit.
20 to hit is a miss. Goes right through him.
Ooh. Well, that's rough. Then nothing happens. I just put a
Yeah,
little
so the
scorch
blast
on
of
the back
miking
wall.
just goes through it. This like fading spirit that seems to like only barely perceptibly actually exist within the plane at the moment, and just the magic goes right through him, unaffecting him.
That's a problem. Fuck. I take a step back.
Okay.
And then we'll end my turn because I don't really have bonus action shit.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Alex can't tell you who's next because he's been silenced.
Yeah, no, right?
The Wraiths.
The Wraiths. Okay. So the Wraiths, wailing or actually not even wailing, actually just like menacing, red-eyed pits of despair and darkness. They kind of just start closing in, and the first one closes right in on Trin.
Oh no!
And the next one closes in right on top of Godric. So the first one attacks Trin.
Flag on the plane!
Ooh.
No!
So 20 to hit.
That hits!
22 hit.
That definitely hits!
Okay, so bam. So that's going to be... Where's my thing? 'Cause I need to roll dice. Dice roller, come here. Or
No!
actually, do I have...
No, you don't
Then
use
here.
you don't do anything that needs a dice roller.
There we go. So that's going to be
2 healing.
20 necrotic damage.
Oh,
And you need to
jeez!
make a DC 14 con saving throw.
DC 14 con?
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna use my advantage for that. My inspiration, I'm using it up. I needed how much?
DC 14.
Oh, I got 14! Oh, I got a 14! I needed it! I got a 10 and a
Good
12
job.
and I have a plus 2.
Alright, so the next one attacks...
Oh, no.
the next one attacks Godric. And that's critical.
Ooh.
That is a critical.
Fuck.
Count.
Is this attack like a spell effect or just an attack?
It's just a.
The Wraith, I think it's just running up
I
and
think it's
clawing
just
at
an
him.
attack.
So that's 45 necrotic damage. And then you DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Oh, you got that, bro.
As it reaches
DC
out...
what now?
DC 14.
You can do that.
I should. Yeah. Cock.
Oh,
Failed.
no.
Failed? Alright, so that
Oh.
reduces
No,
your hit.
I'm gonna use my luck to reroll that.
Alright, use your luck.
I don't know what
No
it does.
more luck.
Yeah, I feel adding luck because it was late. It's a good idea.
Okay. Okay.
Pass?
Yeah.
Alright.
Got an 18.
No,
got an
no
18.
more luck for you then.
I feel like that
Alright.
was a good idea.
So as it like reaches forward, you barely clip like the end of its like icy claws and feel it like rip at your life force, and you step back and kind of drop your shoulder to get away from it and swing with Gwendolyn to get it to back off, and it just kind of moves backwards and starts coming forward at you again. All right, so that ends the Wraith's turns.
And that makes it Trin's turn. Swing authority!
Okay.
Swing better, Trin. Swing better. So that's a big fat 17
A 17?
to hit.
17 hits the wraith.
Woo woo! Yeah, with my dancing sword. Oh yeah, max roll 11 points of damage. I got an 8 plus
11?
3. Yeah.
Ooh, good one. All right.
That's my
So
turn.
a solid strike from your magical sword is it like cuts into it and just tears parts of it, which kind of float away like just like loose paper carrying in the wind.
Oh, it doesn't have my turn. I bonus action nimble escape because I'm a little goblin.
Ooh.
As I run away.
Nice.
I run away this way. Bloop, 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 bloop. Over here. Now I have my turn. Making it the person that goes after me, which is Katarina.
Katarina.
Sorry. Can you let Alex? Can you let Malachi know who has inspiration and who doesn't? Katarina kind of looks around and like goes to speak, realizing she can't. Thinks about it for a second before pulling up an orb and using a quicken spell. She's gonna remove the verbal component of the
Subtle
spell.
spell.
Subtle spell.
Subtle
Thank you.
spell.
It's
Okay.
a subtle spell to remove that component and cast chromatic orb at the main is the creature that hit
The
you.
groundskeeper.
Groundskeeper, thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. I'm gonna do it a level 2. And she's going to pick 40. We'll do lightning damage. 48 lightning damage.
Gotcha.
Was it save or attack?
It's an attack roll.
Attack roll.
Attack roll.
Roll it.
Keep them dice.
A 19 to hit.
It's a miss. Once again, the spell flings right through it as it's fading in and out of the material plane and between the ethereal and just slams into the wall behind.
She begins to move back. Where is she?
She's pretty safe right now.
Okay.
She has the lock in the
All right, then
back.
she's just gonna kind of look around and kind of stay close to the
Some
wall.
of us might be silenced, but we still have the telepathic bond. We can talk to each other,
Except for me.
except
Mhm.
for you.
Bastard.
So, just keep that in mind.
Okay.
That's important.
Yep.
We can communicate.
That
still.
ends Katarina's turn.
Who's
So-
after Katarina?
The
And that
groundskeeper
makes it
takes a legendary action.
Oh, it doesn't make it Godric's turn because the ground fucks up.
Legendary action. That's the name of the show.
Roll credits.
Godric, you're next. And then it's top of the round. Halo announcer over here. Pentakill.
It strikes out at Ulthion with his glaive, getting advantage because you're petrified.
That's what it would do.
Doesn't change my AC though. Still really high.
Let me just double check, reread that real quick.
I'm nervous, so I'm cold as shit right now.
Okay.
I got me goosebumps going down my leg, you know.
Luckily, it doesn't say paralyzed, just petrified.
Lock of inspiration.
Oh, that's
So it
I'm gonna
rolls
need
to
it.
attack
I really don't want to get
with
silenced.
its pole
Oh,
arm
it's
called Graves Touch.
It is
Bam!
actually.
And that's going to be 23 to hit.
That hits.
And then that's
Graves touch.
why do I keep there? Oh, there they are. So that's going to be 16, 22 cold damage, and I need another DC 15 Constitution saving throw from you.
Petrified. I can't be petrified any further. Constitution, right?
I'm just gonna. I need to fix things. Huh. Yamcha looks mighty nice
I'm
right
only
there.
rolling 19s and 2s tonight.
Borrow an inspiration, friend. Get that 19.
Okay, I'm taking it. I'm not borrowing it. I'm
How do
taking
you
it.
inspire him?
I start in my head.
That he can't hear.
Fuck! You can't hear me.
You can't. My whole plan is falling apart. Just to clarify, you actually can't be petrified again because it still hasn't been the end of your next turn yet. So it would really just be doubling the status effect.
Okay, so I don't
Yeah.
need to roll.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
just.
Well, then.
I asked
if
you to
you're
roll
not
just
gonna
as a
roll.
part of going through the process if that's
Oh.
what its weapon attack
Okay.
is.
Okay.
Well, then
You
I'll
know.
keep that inspiration.
But
Too late, I took it. I'll save it for later.
yeah, I thought about that for a second. I'm like, wait, it hasn't even come back to your turn yet because it's taking a legendary action. So
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite quotes too. I keep
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that brings it to Godric, right?
Yep.
that does
Got
bring
it.
it to
Then
God.
top of the round.
So Godric's gonna start
By
by-
raging, I hope.
by grasping at the illusionary wound that he's been struck with,
Mhm.
only to scream out quietly, well, soundlessly, in rage. Gripping Gwendolyn with two hands, he's gonna turn and face the wraith that struck him, and strike at it back twice.
Okay, make your 2 attacks, bruh.
Right.
Leaves the
So
whole world blind, man.
first attack.
Hmm?
Ooh, baby.
Well,
Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit.
Shit. All right. Thank fucking God.
Mhm.
Right. So it's 2d6 plus radiant plus a d4 cold, and then my first. That's it.
I don't think the cold's going to do
I
much.
just wanted to- Jesus. All right. 12
Quite unlucky.
plus 7. 19 slashing damage, 7 thunder damage, 5 radiant damage, and 2 fire damage. So 7, 14, and 19, so 34.
Solid strike. I did it all at the same time as you were naming them off.
Awesome. I'm just going to do that next
So
time.
you just like Gwendolyn's first strike cuts right through it, like cleaving it in half, and just almost disintegrating the body apart. But then the wraith just turns and kind of like this slow motion look starts pulling itself back together and coming back towards you.
Stepping back, I'm just going to kind of like swing in its face again. Panicking.
Yeah.
It's above 20.
Okay, it's a hit.
All right, so same roll without radiant. A lot less. 8 points of slashing plus 8 points of lightning and 2 points of fire.
Alright. So another solid strike starts to dematerialize parts of it, and you can see at this point it's just continuing to like fade apart as it's like it can no longer like maintain this connection with the material plane. It's just like it's coming apart right now, but it's still alive. Okay.
Does that end your turn, Godric?
Yes, it does. I don't. Yeah, I don't have anything else.
Bring us to the top of the round.
At the top of the round,
I don't know why I'm saying it like that.
But
I am.
it's
I'm going with
fun.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're a fun guy.
well, no, I'm not at the
at
top,
the top of the round,
thing than me.
let's roll to see if it gets its
Oh,
ability
top of the
back
round.
again, which it does
Then
not.
You're
Right.
first.
Right, and then so that foul wind that's been building up turns into a blistering cold hurricane as it kind of just picks up through the room, spinning around, and everybody in the room needs to make a. This is the wrong. I keep clicking on the wrong freaking link over and over again.
What?
Within this frigid whirlwind, you can feel your life force being pulled away in strands. So I need everybody in the room to make a DC 17 Dex saving throw.
That's really high.
I think I automatically failed dex saves, right?
You do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pass.
Oof.
Ooh, she feels. All right, Godric. I'm hate.
Catherine can't die while we're on her.
I know!
Any advantage on dex?
Katarina's actually going to use her luck to reroll that.
Okay, probably a good idea.
Yeah.
She's
You
so
got it.
lucky.
It didn't help.
No, it fucking didn't.
And Godric gets advantage on dex saving throws coming from traps he can see, I believe. Traps.
Not-
Sources he can see.
Is it all sources he can see?
Yeah, all
Or is it
sources.
I thought it was just traps.
No, because I get advantage against Dragon
Hell
Ball
yeah.
stuff too.
Oh,
We
yeah.
did
As long as I can see it coming, I get
Yeah.
advantage.
Who did that? Thank them. Thank you. You're a friend.
Fucking sure saved myself.
I'll use it too.
I pass.
Pass? Okay.
Use it. Right
I
now.
tried.
Like right now.
Because I can reroll.
Alright.
All right. So who passed? Who failed?
All right.
What's going on?
Katarina failed. I passed.
I passed.
I passed.
Well, I didn't roll.
Yeah.
Alright,
You're
so
petrified.
everyone,
Petrified. I failed. Auto fail.
But the ice is
everyone who
cracking. You're
fails
about to wake
takes
up.
11 cold damage
11.
What if we're amazing? And we
and
passed?
9 necrotic, and half as much on a success.
So 10.
Okay.
10. Dang.
Total necrotic, right?
Yes.
Yes.
A total of 20 damage.
So I take 10.
But
Yep.
Katarina will actually take less necrotic, I believe.
She is resistant to necrotic. How much was necrotic?
It was
9.
yeah.
9, and it's round up or round down?
9.
Yeah.
It was
Down?
9.
Thank you. 9,
Yeah,
so
it was 9.
so she gets 4.
Good job, Mike. Thank you for taking that on.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the assisting in numbers.
Okay.
And that brings us to you. To you,
All right,
that brings
Altheo?
us-
I do nothing, and in my turn I break out.
Boom! The ice just shatters off of you.
And then next, the Groundskeeper. After Altheo.
Oh, that's bad.
Stun lock.
You're on deck.
The silence ends this turn, right?
So
I believe so at the start of
it moves straight to through the back of the room, floating right through you, Ultheon, to the back. It makes 1 attack against Locke and 1 attack against Katarina.
I will use Mass Shield,
Mass shield.
which will
It
give us
wouldn't matter.
both a
We're not,
plus.
we're not hurting
let me
it.
double
We can't even affect it.
Fair.
Gives both a +4 to our
+4 to
armor
Katarina's AC.
and
Oh wait. Maybe actually. So if I'm not petrified anymore, I would get an attack of opportunity. I do have the Warcaster feat, which means I can cast a cantrip instead of attack.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. As it's floating by you and through you, you can attempt to attack it if you want.
Yeah, so you may not be using your shield spell. Don't know what he's doing, but just in case.
seems
Sure.
like we can't hit it right.
I agree.
It's a trick.
Someone should go touch that statue a little more.
I'm gonna use Word of Radiance. A burning radiance erupts from me. Every creature of my choice that I can see within range of the spell must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 3d6 radiant damage.
So there's what 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures within inside of you.
Yeah,
Five,
but they
actually.
would have had to be within 5 feet. So it's just the
The
Groundskeeper.
specters didn't go, by the way, so you didn't add them to the initiative. Just want to point that out. They rolled a 12.
Oh no.
That's fine.
They're on there now.
Okay, just making sure.
Uh,
So they need
So-
to make a DC what?
the Groundskeeper needs to make a DC 15 con save.
Okay.
As
He fails.
radiant light bursts out around me. Damage. Yeah, that's not bad. 13.
All right.
That is a 6, right?
Yeah, that's a
okay.
6. Decorated faces generally are 6s.
Yeah.
Alright. So as it approaches, I
Skin is generally bad.
Wham.
surround me and Katarina with basically.
So the blazing
Dome
light
of
like kind
lightning.
of shoots out and fills this room in this space. It goes through everything in the room, and you can see the specters and wraiths kind of wince at the light and look away from it. But the groundskeeper just continues moving straight forward as just the energy passes right through him.
Okay.
You do see a reflective like reaction from the statue as it's hit with your divine power and radiance. And there's almost like a shine to it now, this illumination, but it kind of just fades out right away. All right. So You're gonna use your mass shield, right?
Yeah.
Adding
so-
+4 to yours and Katarina's AC.
Yeah.
So the first attack is gonna be 16 to hit on Katarina.
16 meets.
Meets.
With the shield on, yeah.
Yep.
Mm. That's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I mean, it hasn't been her turn. She can't. There's still no verbal right now, right? It's the start of our next turn.
That was the round.
Okay, so I can cast shield on top of that, right? Now that our verbal's back, because it's a new round.
It's her reaction too.
You
Yeah.
can't cast the same
Is it
spell
at
on
the
the same
end of her
spell, though.
turn?
His is technically a different spell.
Well, no, it's still a shield spell. It's just a mass
Okay.
shield.
I can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to ask. Okay.
Yeah, the +4. I mean, I have to grant you the benefit of the higher, which would be the +4, because that's basically how it works for almost everything else. Is to grant you the higher protection. Like
well,
Shield
so
is
then
+5.
shield is +5,
shield is +5.
so I could use shield and she wouldn't get hit.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I'm gonna do that. As she kind of,
It's you're managing her, dude. Don't look at the rest
I
of
just,
us.
it's a lot of spells. It's been a while since I played a magic user, so I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing everything right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's gonna rear back, expecting the hit, and then the malefactor in her hand almost speaks out as she kind of reflexively throws out shield.
All right. So as you see the polearm kind of manifest in the material plane and strike into the shield, it hits it and then bounces off, and the groundskeeper immediately just lifelessly, and with no sense of even like purpose to carry, just drifts over and just makes the strike at lock as well.
Makes sense.
So that's gonna be 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay.
This is really gonna hurt.
You know what? At least you're not getting crit, right?
So it's going to be 19 cold damage. And then I need you to make a DC 15 Constitution
but
saving
I'm
throw.
resistant to cold right now because of my staff. So,
There you go. Nice.
damn, man. And what was the DC on that?
DC 15.
Con. Hey, you rolled a 19. Nice.
19?
But
Ooh, we needed that.
All right.
Yeah. Ouch! I'm still hurting.
So as you begin to like feel the ice start to encase your body, you kind of like turn north wind to like start to almost synchronize with the elemental power, and the staff starts to absorb some of the ice off of your body into it.
nice.
Okay.
Alright. So
That's my turn.
that ends your turn, making it the Wraith's turn.
So the wraith
That was,
continues to chase after.
that was the groundskeeper's turn, right?
Yep.
You said it ended your turn.
No,
I
he
said
didn't go
that's
yet.
now that's my turn.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought
Oh, I
you
see
said
that.
that ends my
Yeah,
turn.
he
That
said
is-
that ends your turn, and you said that's my turn. I see
Yeah.
what happened.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, Locke, it's your turn.
All right.
Otherwise, we can still skip it.
Nah, I'd rather.
Yeah,
not.
we could definitely skip it if you
Nah,
want.
I'd rather not.
Feel free to discuss amongst yourselves what you guys think the mechanic is, because if you guys don't start getting it, this is going to be a TPK.
Yeah,
No, I know
what
what we know what the mechanic is. We
it's
just
the
only-
statue.
technically like everybody's stuck doing something else. It's it's a statue. We just have to light the statue back up. We'll be fine.
So Locke takes the hit, steps back, and I go into my head with everyone that can here.
Mhm.
Something with the statue. We can't hit it. And then I yell to Ophion, the statue, consecrate this area. And then I'm going to, oh God. I'm gonna thunder step and hit the wraith that's attacking Godric and get the hell out.
Okay. So you cast Thunder Step?
And land. I'm gonna hit them both. Why not?
The Spectre and the Wraith?
Yeah.
Right?
And they need to roll.
Where's the thing? Anyways. So we're going right over there, right? Bam! Right next to him.
Yep.
Does that affect allies as well?
I think it's only 5 foot.
Okay.
Double check.
I just want to double check. I'm pretty sure it's only 5 foot as well, but
10 feet, so I'm gonna back up one more from.
I thought it was.
I thought it was.
That's why I asked, but I couldn't. I wasn't 100% sure.
So I'll be right there. Hit both of those ghosts.
Both of those ghosties.
DC 17 con.
Okay. Which they both fail.
Okay, then they're gonna take. 17 thunder
17?
damage. Yep. As I turn into a bolt of lightning and just arc over there in a flash.
So when you land, you can see the magic just tear away at him. The wraith is just immediately disintegrated, disappears right in front of Godric. The specter kind of just screams at you, just out loud, and starts moving your direction.
Makes sense.
Now, does that end your turn?
Yeah, I believe so.
He's just double checking.
Now it's the Wraith's turn.
So
For real this time.
the Groundskeeper uses his legendary action.
Oh.
It uses all three, points its grave, its touch of the grave at you, and you start to feel your voice begin being pulled out of your body
No, I like that.
as it attempts to use its dead silence. So I need a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw, or you become silenced.
Oh.
Now I'm going to use that inspiration.
It's not counterspellable, right?
No, okay. It's not a spell. It's a spell-like effect.
I figured. Just wanted
Supernatural
verification.
Did you fail?
16. Got a 16.
Okay. Yeah. So as it points at you, you hear like these inane whisperings coming from like the dead inside your head, and you see this actual like spectral hand just kind of come out of the front, and it just literally like reaches into your mouth and pulls this like blue energy out and just dissipates it.
Yeah, you see me make this, and I'm like,
That ends its legendary action,
Oh shit.
and you are silenced until the end of your next turn.
the end of my next turn. How fucking awesome.
At least he did it to you after your turn.
Yeah, it has no more legendary actions.
So, Wraiths.
What about them?
It's their turn.
It's their turn.
Yep.
You
So-
saw this.
The one
Yeah,
wraith
I'm
that's
just telling.
alive strolls right up to Ultheon, because you're no longer petrified, right?
Nope.
Strolls up to Ultheon and attempts to reach at him and drain his life. So
you, I have none left.
I have none left. Aha! And that's gonna be a miss. That was a really low roll. All right, so that ends the wraith's turn. Just saying.
That ends the Wraith's turn, making it Trin's turn.
Tyrin's turn.
Well, I'm gonna run up to the statue.
Okay.
And is there like a candle in front of this one like the other statues?
Yeah, there is a candle with a wick that is currently unlit and still smoking a little bit.
Oh dear, if only I had a
bro, it's on fire,
Yeah. Because my mixtape is on it.
I'm gonna turn and I don't have anything to light it with. Hold on. You need to light this thing. As I turn and I'm gonna use Phantasmal Force on the Groundskeeper and try and make it see illusionary enemies around it.
Okay.
So Phantasmal Force is freaking fantastic. He needs to make an intelligence 17 saving throw. Enemies, enemies all around you. Enemies, enemies, better be afraid.
What is what's
awesome.
what are its conditions that it grants?
It's not an outright condition.
Okay.
But you craft an illusion that takes
making sure.
root. Huh?
Just making sure, so it
Yeah,
doesn't
you
give any
craft them.
conditions.
Yeah, you craft an illusion that takes root in the mind of the creature. The target must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, you create a phantasmal object, creature, or other visible phenomenon of your choice that is no larger than a 10-foot cube and that is perceivable only to the target for the duration.
Okay. What was the DC?
17, it Intelligence. Is this a stupid groundskeeper? 'Cause I think he's stupid.
It fails.
Yeah, it fails!
Stupid groundskeeper.
Stupid groundskeeper! Yeah! This is like a bunch of little goblins running around and swinging at him.
Yeah. So you see it just kind of like panic, and it loses all these little. These little goblins and stuff are appearing in front of it. You assume you can't really see them very well in the dark. Well, no, you have dark vision, so you can see them.
I
just fine.
killed Darkfish.
But you can see the groundskeeper just immediately start like whack-a-moling, just like each one is just trying to get through them, and it kind of loses track of where Katarina is in the midst of it.
Let's save Katarina.
Hey, my
I don't
turn.
want to be the cause of her death.
You won't be.
Okay.
Andy will.
No,
And
I
it
will
gets to
feel
repeat
just
that
as
save
guilty.
on its turn, right?
It has to spend an action
Has
to investigate the.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
action, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, has to spend an action.
Super badass.
What's so broken about the spell though is that the spell also says basically that creatures wouldn't waste their time spending the action.
Alright, making it the Spectre's turn.
The specters.
Katarina, you're on deck. Be ready. Be prepared.
So the specter floats straight to Ulthion,
Spectre?
and one comes out of
I
the
hate you.
column right next to you, Locke, and attacks.
I have you trained at this point.
Alright, so
Defend yourself.
I'm gonna try.
So that's going to be a 20 to hit.
On
You.
me.
Mhm.
Oh. Well, now it's gonna do it.
Alright, so you take 9 necrotic damage, and I need you to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
So manageable. It
Yeah.
must be terrible.
pass?
if you
Yeah.
fail.
Alright, cool.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I am proud of you. Thank you.
Yeah, so you're able to like raise this magical shield in front of your hand and turn and like repel its advance into your space.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's a fucking good question. Do I need
Okay. The other one attacks Ulthion,
deflection?
and that's going to be a miss.
Unstoppable.
All right, so that ends the Spectre's turns as they kind of close in. That wind is like building up again in the room, and getting ready to go through again at this point.
Katarina, right?
Katarina.
Katarina seeing the
Godric's on deck.
the keeper in front of her kind of distracted, she's going to take the disengage action
Mhm.
and move around him towards Godric's side and behind Ulthion. And then she's going to tap you on the shoulder. I believe I've got
To
this.
Ulthion.
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 She's going to tap Ulthion. I've got this. And she's going to quicken spell, press the digitation, and snap the candle on.
Okay.
She could have done that from 60 feet.
Nope, 10 feet.
10 feet.
Really?
10 feet.
Presto's 10 feet.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I believe.
Yeah, it's 10 feet.
Yep.
Yeah, so then she lights the candle.
Gotcha.
And that'll be her turn.
All right. So the candle comes on and fills the space around it with radiant light, and there's a flash, and the groundskeeper stops what it's doing for a moment and just leads with this wild yelling scream as you see its body just corporeal form into the material plane as it snapped into existence. But you see it look at the goblins, and it reaches down and touches one, passing its hand through it, and then stops what it's doing.
Making Godric's turn.
Oh. Seeing the original creature that he was wanting to attack gone, he turns and almost with a gleeful excitement,
Mhm.
just jumps and begins trying to hack at this gravekeeper.
Okay. Groundskeeper.
I said, what did I say?
Graveskeeper.
Graves.
fine.
Yeah, it's technically the same.
Kind of.
There's a lot of graves here. First attack, I'm going to attempt to just come in swinging with Gwendolyn.
Gotcha.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Nat 20.
Oh.
Dope.
If there is a time for one,
Yeah,
Now's the
would've been it.
time. And on a good hit,
this is
too.
today.
Yeah. Okay.
Whoa. That was almost max rolls.
That was fucking.
Only one die didn't roll max. Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Wow.
I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see it with my
Wow.
own eyes.
So-
Wow.
So 17 points of slashing. I'll add more in a minute. 11 points of radiant. 8 points of thunder. 4 points of fire. And
That's a 40 points.
yep.
That's good.
6 more points of slashing. 5 more points of thunder. 3 points more of fire. 4 more points of radiant.
That's a 58
Okay.
points.
I'm gonna just continue swinging at it. My next attack is reckless. 26 to hit.
26. That hits.
No D8. Yeah, no. 6.
The rolls again.
20 points of slashing. 8 points of thunder. 3 points of fire. And then, because of Great Weapon Fighter, I'm going to take an additional attack because I crit. I want the reckless attack again. $23 to hit.
That's a hit.
$19 points of slashing, 8 points of thunder, and 1 point of fire. As Godric just starts swinging in everything he's got, leaning to each slash, almost like encroaching upon the keeper's space. As he can finally yell out and scream in excitement, having his voice return.
Okay. All right. So solid strikes against the groundskeeper, as you're tearing through its body and cutting off pieces of cloth and pushing it back. It's attempting to, like, you can see it's attempting to find a way to escape and like drift into the walls and escape from you, but it can't while the light is on.
Bring it to the top of the round after God.
Top of the round.
Oh, Godric got his shit in.
Top of the
Got his
round?
happiness in there.
Okay.
Godric
So-
met his happy place.
Let's see. Ooh, 3. Boom. So almost as soon as the candle went up, it starts being affected by the wind and the whipping nature of this whirlwind of cold and necrotic energy as it starts to fade.
Oh no.
So, once again, the room fills with this cold, life-draining energy. And everybody needs to make a DC 17 Dex saving throw.
Katarina passes.
Yeah, she did. Dang.
Trent does not pass.
Godric passes. Oh my god, that's like 3 18s, baby!
Looked a little cocked from here. I was like, oh no.
That's what she said.
Hey, Alex.
I failed. What are you high-fiving me for?
So that's
God,
going to be
failure.
16 cold damage and 9 necrotic damage, and half as much on a success.
Woo! Woo!
How much is so? What 7 on pass? Can you get some help with numbers?
16
Sorry.
and 9.
I'm sorry, I'm not
16
laughing at you. I'm laughing at the look of actual, like,
Confusion?
no, apology in his eyes.
It's
He's
like,
like, I'm really sorry.
So it's 8. Important.
We get it, you vape.
I know, right?
The little vape.
It's 12 damage.
Little vape. Doesn't smell like gummy bears or anything.
Alright.
We put a little THC in our smoke machine.
A little bit.
No, we don't.
Just a little.
That would be funny though.
No, it wouldn't. It'd be terrible.
So you guys have you guys have 3 turns before the candle goes out.
All right.
Well, that's plenty. We're fine.
So if we're at the top of the round, that makes it Altheon's turn.
All right.
Bring down the
Groundskeeper on deck. Stupid groundskeeper.
I'm
Can you
angry.
turn me and face me against the groundskeeper?
Altheon's
I
angry,
need that.
and Altheon's very hurt. He is going to,
Thank
with force of will, just march right through this wraith in front of me.
Okay.
You can go through me. I can go through it.
You'd like to think so.
Here, yo.
Huh?
To here.
It's a big ass spare.
It's a big ass spare.
Which means I think they do get attacks of opportunity on me.
One does. The Wraith does. The Spectre doesn't.
Oh, okay.
And it will. It will, in fact, do so.
A hit. A powerful hit.
And it will do so with its life drain attack. So,
Oh dear. You get me music.
I was looking at the wrong things. 23 to hit.
Ooh, that hits. I'm gonna use my last Ultra's resilience on this. Reduce the damage. Otherwise, I'll probably die.
So that's 17 necrotic damage. I need a DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Okay, I blocked 11 of that 17. So I'll take
Nice.
5 damage. What was the saving throw?
DC 14 Constitution.
Ooh, I failed.
All right.
You still have luck, by the way.
Use it last.
Your maximum hit point is reduced by the amount you took.
Okay.
That's not considered
As you turn away from the Wraith and step through the Spectre, the Wraith, you just feel it's like the icy cold of its claws just rip through your body and your life essence.
Ow. Well, I'm about done with you. And I'll cast Sunbeam. So I point the glaive forward, and the entire glaive begins to light up and almost transform into a beam of pure sunlight that pierces straight through the wraith in front of me, hits the specter and the groundskeeper as well. All 3 of them are going to need to make a Constitution 15 saving throw.
Okay. Constitution 15.
Yes,
nice.
and the spell does specify that this is all sunlight.
Oh, okay. Where's sunlight come from?
Me.
No.
No, nothing comes from you. It comes from the light of Volatari.
Exactly.
Okay. So the Wraith fails. I believe the Spectre fails as well. Yeah. And then the Groundskeeper also fails with a nat 1.
Do they all 3 fail?
All 3 of them failed.
Ooh.
Alex, do you have an extra D8?
That's fine.
He has an extra D8.
Oh, okay. 68 radiant damage. Okay.
Solid.
Okay, yeah. 14. 33 points of radiant damage. I should have told you that. Undead have a disadvantage on the saving throw, but they all failed anyway.
They all failed
Okay,
anyways.
yeah, the radiant damage, and then all 3 of them are blinded by the spell. So they're all blind now also.
Gotcha.
It doesn't say when they get to make a new save. And blinded until your next turn. Okay, so they're blinded until my turn.
Okay.
And then on top of that, I am now shedding 60 feet of sunlight around me.
Mhm.
And I can do that every turn now. For the next what's the duration on this? Minute.
The walking flashlight?
Yeah.
Why didn't you use that when there was an army of undead?
Because I used a different spell. I used the Finger of God on them. I'm a war cleric. I'm designed to kill
Alright.
lots of little guys really fast.
So as the light kind of just the sunlight just pierces through everything and illuminates the room. All of the undead, the specters and wraiths just kind of cower and find that they can't like shift or move out through objects, and are kind of just all trying to protect themselves using their hands to try to cover this radiant light that's shining out through the room.
And that will end my turn.
Making it the Groundskeeper's turn.
Spoopy.
Groundskeeper's turn. All right.
Big giant bear.
Yeah, all right. So, after taking a whole ton of damage,
That's a ton
after
of
being
damage.
decimated by attacks from these seemingly ridiculous goblins, it attempts to figure out what's happening. So, let's see. What was the
DC?
well,
17
oh, it
intelligence.
doesn't matter. It rolled a 20. So,
Boo! Boo!
He picked up his important red dice. I need this.
actually, no, I rolled it with the purple, one of the poo dice.
Oh!
The one that rolled the nat 1 for it earlier just reversed it to a 20.
Nat poo!
So, yeah, that's kind of fucking funny. Rolls a nat 1 on one roll, then rolls a 20 on the next. It's having one of your kind of die days, dude. It's just going 2,
It's a die
17,
day.
20.
It's a die day. What's the matter
Alright.
with you?
So-
it's a die day.
It
Mercurial.
immediately realizes that it's the goblins are not real and turns away and just kind of pushes through the illusion and looks at Godric and looks at the room.
They were
It
real
sees
mean.
the light shining on the statue and moves straight towards it.
Roll me an attack of opportunity? I would like to take that attack of opportunity.
Grapple it.
I don't know if I can make it physical.
Let's see.
It's physical.
He's described it as being physical.
Grab him by his skull and introduce it to the pavement.
Yeah, screw it. I'm here for a fun time. I am gonna wielding Gwendolyn Singing running. I'm just gonna reach out and try to palm the top of its head and drag it back, attempting to grapple it.
Okay.
So it's still a regular attack. Can I do this recklessly?
No, it's not a weapon attack.
Okay.
Oh,
Because
yes,
it's just a
correct.
strength.
Just wanted to verify before I rolled.
You do have advantage on strength.
Yeah, you basically roll an athletics check.
So it's a opposed. Okay. Athletics.
Mhm.
So 10. 18.
Okay.
Got 18 for my strength.
18 for your strength.
For my strength.
Grab onto a slimy skeletal
Just good.
body.
I'm like,
It's probably not slimy.
It's probably a little
Well,
slimy.
ectoplasm slimy, right? I always thought ectoplasm was
This die
dust.
is rolling fucking hot. What'd you roll?
18.
18? Oh, he matched you.
Oh.
Meter beat. I don't know how
Yeah.
that works.
Yeah, meter beat
Yeah,
for
it's
the
meter
defender.
beat for
Oh,
the
for the
defender.
defender.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he.
Yep.
Ah.
Yeah, so you tear like some of the so you tear some of like the cloth from its skeletal body, and like some old some like flesh and griminess just kind of comes with your hand as it floats over to the statue. Okay, that ends it's the groundkeeper's turn though.
All right.
The groundskeeper ends its turn.
So anyone that can hear Locke in their head hears, "You won't silence me." And it's, bah! Like I'm trying to swat the thing's heart through its body, and there's a crash of lightning
Nice.
or thunder, not lightning.
Bring the thunder. It's thunder dangerous.
Yeah.
Thunder and
So it
lightning.
needs to roll a DC 17 Constitution saving throw.
Oh, which it passes with a 17.
Oh, that motherfucker! Nothing happens.
The
to
purple
it.
die's on fucking hot right now, dude. It's hot right now.
So hot.
Yeah, it's so hot right now,
So
dude.
hot.
You guys hear that in their head, and then the thunder crash, but don't look.
How about your eyes?
Now you go out. I mean, it blasts parts of the columns away, and like a part of the roof kind of just collapses inwards and falls to the ground. But outside of that, it doesn't seem to have any more of an immediate effect.
Who's turn?
That's it for me.
All right. Next up.
Next up is
But at least I got my voice back.
Wraiths. The Wraith. The Wrath of the Wraith.
So, or the one wraith moves towards the source of the blinding radiant energy and attempts to attack Ultheon. And it does so with disadvantage. Still not bad. 19 to hit.
Wow, 19 hits. Yeah, because he's blinded, right?
Is he? It's the same result either way, but yeah, he's both blinded and in sunlight, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
But yeah.
19 hits.
All right, so that's going to be 21 necrotic damage, and then another DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Oh dear.
Okay. DC what?
14. 14, buddio, palo.
I succeed.
Nice.
And then I collapse to the ground unconscious.
Also makes sense.
What?
Yeah.
So it hits your body, and you feel this icy cold just run through your spine, and then you just lose constant consciousness, and you fall to the ground.
That,
Do the effects of your spell drop as well?
It's gone. Sunlight just instantly disappears.
Well, bam. Well, bam. So you guys look over your shoulder. You're looking at the wraith, or at the groundskeeper as it's kind of moving its hands towards the candle and reaching towards it. On the other side, you see this wraith just reach into Ultheon, pull out a bit of this divine radiance from his body, and then you can see his ethereal face like being torn in agony away from his body. He just drops to the ground hard as the ringing out through the chamber as his metal armor contacts the stone. Okay, and that ends the wraith's turn.
Oh dear.
As it, you see it starts to like move down, like lean downwards over the top of him, and starts like kind of parallel with his body, just kind of floats up over the top and starts going down towards him. So
Oh dear, that makes it Trin's turn.
it does. Makes it Tren's turn.
Okay.
Nimble escape. As everything's horribly wrong. I'm gonna run, and I'm gonna kind of do a little like over the carpet maneuver.
Sliding across the top of
Yeah,
the
slide
stone.
across the top of that stone thing that the statue's sitting on, over towards Ultheon.
Okay.
So I'm gonna run. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna land next to him, and I'm gonna reach out. Ultheon, wake up, Ultheon! As I use my bardic weapon to cast a level 3 Cure Wounds with my bardic resonance. Ultheon,
Nice.
hear my voice. Connect me. We need Anatari's light. And I'm assuming that goes without a hitch.
So, yeah, that's fine. So, as like you're fading in and out of
Nice
consciousness, and you see this wraith over the top of you, you like blink for a second. The wraith's head is being obscured, and suddenly there's this goblin yelling in your face, and all you hear is like warbling sounds. But then you feel like this healing power like rush through your body, and you're reinvigorated.
As you get 20 points of magical healing.
Nice.
Good roll, dude.
Yeah, I rolled high.
Yeah,
776.
that's good,
It's
dude.
one off our area.
So, bro.
What?
Represent 775 and a half.
Nearly the entire state.
And that ends my turn.
We're gonna quickly sound like we're from Vegas if you keep that up.
Yeah, we're not dirty Vegas.
Spectre's turn.
Dirty vague words.
The Vague Lords. Spectre's turn.
So you moved over there.
I did move over there with my nimble goblin feet.
That groundskeeper just murdered my inner children. I don't have anything to do with them.
So
Where do you think those goblins came from?
So you put
the
children in
specter
danger
gives
again.
chase, moves over the
Myself.
top, comes in around behind you, and attacks you.
Oh
Trin.
no, my rear, my weakest point. How
Yeah,
did they
exactly.
know?
How would it know? It doesn't. It doesn't care, dude. All right. Just saying. With disadvantage,
Yeah.
and that's a miss.
Woo!
Oh wait, no, it doesn't have disadvantage anymore. Sorry, that turns into a hit. I forgot his spell went down.
They're blinded until the beginning of my turn.
Till the beginning of your turn, they're
Yes.
blinded.
What you
Okay,
get?
so it does still have disadvantage then.
Yeah.
So that's a miss.
Blinded is the residual effect.
It's a flashbang. It's like, no, you're not quite unblinded yet, mister.
Yeah, pretty much.
Blinded by the light.
Woo! I'll take it. I'll take the miss.
Exactly.
And that puts us dead square. Are the specters finished? Spectering?
That was
Was that a specter
Spectating
next to me or
specters?
a wraith? I don't remember.
it's a specter next to you. What? That was what 1, 2. That was
That
turn
was
3,
one
right?
specter.
Total? Yes.
Mhm. Yeah. So the light in the candle goes out
Oh no, the light!
as it's put out by the cold air in the
I thought
room.
you said we had 3 turns from.
Yep, we did
Turns.
have 3 turns.
Oh, it hasn't been 3
Not
turns
rounds.
since it came on. It's only.
3 turns.
Rounds.
Turns.
Oh.
Rounds versus turns.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
As the chilling, like flailing and moving necrotic energy kind of just pulls the light away from the candle and it just goes out.
All right.
All right.
So the specters are now finished. Making it
And once
kinda-
again, the groundskeeper just kind of flits
Oh,
out
God,
of
what
the material and becomes this ethereal moving force again.
Katarina goes to almost relight the candle and stops and thinks about it for a second. And then she takes her malfactory and begins spinning it in her hand. As she does, she flings it out and casts with quickened. Well, either way, it doesn't matter. She's just going to cast it regularly, then she's going to cast Major Image and create an identical copy of the statue 5 feet to the right
All
with
right.
a lit candle.
Okay.
Then she's going to spend 2 creating it with a lit candle going, and I believe I can make that statue invisible. I want to make sure.
Invisible.
You could image object.
Just out of curiosity, what are we attempting to
Accomplish.
accomplish?
Create a lit statue that looks identical to the one that I'm going
But
to
the
light.
groundskeeper's gonna know it's still not corporeal. It's not gonna feel the sunlight washing over it. So.
That's why I'm doing it just off to the center. So if he tries to put it out or interact with it anyway, it's a couple inches to the right if he's using any form of visual identification.
Yeah, but it's going to be invisible to all of us too, and it's not working. So the groundskeeper has no reason to try to stop it.
And I have to be suppressed to it.
I know. I'm not there yet.
Okay.
Creating the second copy, I'll
Mhm.
leave it both visible, and then I'll spend 2 points to do a quicken spell to light the other one because it's a cantrip using prestidigitation as a way to maybe
Okay.
hopefully distract it a
Okay.
little bit longer.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all seems to all work out.
Carefully.
Ooh, good. So the candle goes up and immediately brings the groundskeeper back into the material plane. Is just like pulled back in physically. And then you guys got four turns
I'm just doing the ground. Oh God!
before the
damn it.
candle goes out again.
I did put that thing out.
And he's like, now there's 2.
I'm just doing my dad
up
when we
and
used to mess with the thermostat. He's like, God damn it!
Yeah. Yeah.
Internal dialogue.
All right, that ends her turn with everything she could do. 'Cause I used her bonus
Making
action.
it Godric's turn.
Godric is gonna see the distance that I have to run to this stupid thing and throw the hammer at the creature.
Actually, he's
The
going to make a
groundskeeper.
legendary action.
Oh.
Godric's going to patiently wait for this creature to do its turn.
So
I love the legendary action of
Watching her-
candle.
as it turns and sees her casting the spell, it straight up just pulls out the pole arm and just swings. Both hands just over the top, coming straight down. You can see, like, you can see like the necrotic magic and ice forming on the edges of the blade as this hardens it and widens it, and just like swings right down to try to make contact. And I'm going to use my critical.
Oh!
And shit.
Oh dear! Oh
She's fine. She's a sorcerer. She's got tons of hit points.
No,
That's not how it works, man.
that's not how it
It
works.
is.
Well, they actually do get pretty
No.
good for casters,
Well,
but
she's a shadow sorcerer.
So
She also has resistant to
Oh,
necrotic,
no.
so I mean,
no! I
That
thought I
means
should be
nothing.
doing this because you
Still
both
cold
did.
damage out there.
fuck you, you're right. That was
So
a
that's
lot
gonna
of
be-
fucking dice.
What if she fails?
Last time you did like 40 damage to you.
Reduces her max HP, bro.
Actually, that was just a wraith that hit you. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tara. I'm sorry.
I want to say,
41 cold damage.
whoo!
Ooh, buddy.
Okay.
Still in it. Still
Okay.
in it.
Sorry, 47.
Oh!
I forgot
oh,
to add
that's
its,
awesome.
I forgot to
Okay.
add its plus
That
to it.
changes things.
Yeah. She goes down.
Oh no!
Alright.
Katarina!
Oh, actually, wait. Before she goes down, she has strength of the grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, strength of the
With
grave!
damage that would reduce your 0 to HP. You can make a charisma. I'm going to also use inspiration for this.
Okay.
So,
Inspire.
reduce it to 0 HP. You can make a charisma saving throw of DC 5 plus the damage taken. Critical would matter.
Huh?
So it's a DC 5 plus the damage taken.
Yeah.
So would a critical count as a critical?
So,
Yeah, that's the damage
That's
she
the
took.
damage she took. Yeah.
Okay.
So the DC is
52?
you have-
52.
okay. So you have to roll a 20.
Yeah, I have to roll a natural 20. That's why I was asking if the natural 20 mattered.
Okay.
Because a lot of checks, it's just whatever the
Nope. Even with inspiration, I tried. I can technically add luck to it, I guess.
No, you spent your luck.
I did. Yeah. So that's her inspiration. So she's out. Yeah, she goes down. I tried.
So underneath the
Try
weight
harder!
of the ice from the blade as it strikes into her, it cuts right into her body, slicing through her clothing and her dress, and she just falls straight to the ground. Okay. It has 2 legendary action points left.
No, beat the shit out.
Well, actually, no. Maybe.
Okay.
I have great. Does that make Godric's turn?
That does make it Godric's turn.
All right. Godric, about to throw the hammer, witnesses Katarina go down, and just kind of growls and jumps over Katarina, and tries to push her back. No, I'm gonna run up and pull out a potion and attempt to administer it.
Okay.
That's what I'll do.
Takes an action?
Yep.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna administer a greater potion of healing.
Okay.
So we're gonna do what's that? It's like 4d4 plus 4.
Hmm?
Oh, dear.
13 points of health back to Katarina.
Okay.
Greater, more than that?
Cleric.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, death creature
All right.
in front of Katarina.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
With legendary actions.
Then Godric is going to use his bonus action
If he's
Wiping it
brutal.
all,
to
killed it.
to wipe some of her blood and some of Katarina's blood up, squeeze it, and then yell out, chanting Crom repeatedly, as everyone in the vicinity now has advantage on saving throws and attacks until the end of my next turn.
Okay. Everyone within how many feet?
It says as long as they can see and hear.
As
us.
long as they can see and hear me,
Okay,
yeah.
just
And I'm
making sure.
turn all friendlies.
Alright.
60 feet.
60 feet. Gotcha.
Yeah, Godric just kind of reaches out and starts just pounding his chest with a bloody hand, chanting Crom, as everyone suddenly feels a little bit more invigorated. Getting advantage on attack rolls and save throws until the start of my next turn. Apologies. And that will exactly. And I'll end my turn.
Bring us to the top.
Yeah, because I can't.
The top. of
Yeah.
I can't
The tippy top.
All right.
try.
Okay.
Because I can't interact with her for free. Well, maybe. But I was gonna try to put her behind me. I couldn't do it. Yeah, so that brings up the top of the order, right?
I forgot. There should be 3. The top?
Yep.
All right. At the top of the order, the whirlwind of necrotic energy and ice lashes out throughout the room once again. So everybody needs to make another DC 17 dexterity saving throw.
With advantage.
Cat just got
With
healed.
advantage.
With advantage. All saving throws and attack rolls until my next turn. How much did she get healed?
That's good.
5 HP.
Nice. So Godric, or Katarina first.
16 gets
Passives. Godric. Passives.
16. I passed.
Failed.
It's not the time to be failing things.
You know what's super helpful? You'd have just finished this creature off.
So
No. Godric's not.
10 cold damage
I have a,
and 13 necrotic.
I'm gonna
10
Do
cold
it
and 13 necrotic. 5 and 6. 11? Oh dear.
What were those again?
10 cold, 13 necrotic.
It's 2 points of exhaustion because I'm down again.
Yep.
Yep.
Shit!
Speed halved.
No, that was wrong.
And then, of course, half as much on a success.
Whew, that's much better. I remembered I passed and only took half.
That's why I tried to give everyone advantage on that as much as I could.
Thank you, because that was really bad.
Don't get to buff nearly as much.
That's
Yeah.
making it Ulthion, right?
Ulthion.
Okay. Thanks to my Lore Master's armor, I do get advantage on death saves.
Nice.
Good. 1 success.
Right on.
Groundskeeper.
Anyone want to complete the healing combat, Ulthion?
The sensual healing.
The 5 HP type of heal?
Yeah,
The 5 HP tap
just
spell.
stack those exhaustions. Unless you can heal me really well, I'm gonna keep going down.
That's why I really like the exhaustion for going up and down.
No, it's a
thing,
really,
man.
really good mechanic. I think it helps keep the combat pretty
Terrifying.
well, no, just tactical.
Because technically, if people up down you enough from chat, they could kill your character.
They just
That's
outright
true,
dead.
yeah.
Oh dear. Groundskeeper.
Which makes it the groundskeeper's turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it turns, hisses at the statue, and uses an action to attempt to put out one of the candles. So since it has a 50-50 shot of doing that, I'm just gonna flip a coin.
Yeah, does the illusion stay up because she went down?
That I actually have to double
Is
check.
it a concentration?
Let me double check that. Thank you for
It
reminding
might be
me.
concentration. If it is concentration, then obviously he sees.
The correct.
It's
the correct
concentration.
one.
She dropped it.
Okay, so no need. It turns, uses its action to grasp the flame and extinguish it, and then disappears once again from the material plane, and just floats its way straight to Godric.
That's what was coming.
Boom, steps right
have
over
to
the top
to
of her, and looks you dead in the face, and you
next
can
in
see it
line,
raising
and
its
he
weapon
does
to
it
come
to
down
hit
on you.
it.
This
is not
going to be pleasant.
Okay. That ends Groundskeeper's turn.
Lock.
It has its legendary actions back now, by the way.
Yep.
Lock's turn.
Lock.
Dick. Well, that really fucked up my plan.
And you're no longer silenced, by the way.
I know.
Mhm.
If I do that, I will have to provoke an attack of opportunity, and if it hits,
Wait, didn't you have a condition though?
What?
Or was that last round that you had
Last
until
round.
the end of your turn? You were silenced last round, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Only
Yeah.
is a fucking thing by you. God, never mind.
yeah, that's why I had to use the thunderclap because
Yeah,
I couldn't speak.
That's right, I remember.
So I got to take the risk, but if I go down, we're super fucked.
Fuck.
If I take a spell to get there safe, I can't light it.
You don't have any form of lighting or anything. Come on, you like to
Oh,
switch.
you know what? I messed up on the dead silence thing, but we're gonna let it run as the way I've already been running it. That's fine.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a repeated saving throw at the end of every turn,
Oh,
Ooh.
but that's fine.
that'd be really bad.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna fucking take that risk. I'm gonna try and run for it. Try and move over close enough to the candle to presto it.
Okay. So the specter's going to attack you naturally, as you do.
Don't
I will
take those
use-
kind of risks.
I will use a reaction to cast shield.
Don't
Okay.
take those kind of risks. He has auto crits. Don't do that.
I mean,
I only
he
have
could-
one.
That's true,
if
he's
he
only got one
chooses
left.
to
I
do
only got
that,
one
then
left.
that's that. But I can't
Yeah.
undo. That's what I have to do.
Fair enough.
I can't have everyone go in
Spectre.
without a chance to hit that. thing.
And it's going to be a miss. It's going to be an 8.
Okay. Then I'm gonna use 30 feet of movement to get within 10 feet. And presto that bitch.
Okay. Putting you right there. Bam! The light comes on. Vroom. And the fucking groundskeeper shrieks as it's once again pulled into the material plane by the light of the radiant light coming from the candle.
And then I try to make myself small and really hope that shield will keep me alive.
Right.
Groundskeeper uses a legendary action.
Oh no!
And yeah, it's gonna strike Godric.
Well,
Yeah, do that a
Godric's-
little harder. That'll stop it. From
Godric's
happening.
still just going, it's gonna suck!
Okay. All right. So. Ooh, that's pretty high, or average. 18 to hit.
18?
Yeah.
Hits.
18 hits. So you take 31 cold damage. You make the DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
DC 15, alright,
Mhm.
I get advantage.
Do you?
Yes.
the war cry thing.
Yeah.
The war cry, right? It's at the end to the beginning of your next turn, right?
So I pass.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Sweat. Okay. Ends this legendary action.
So that was in the Locke's turn, making it the Wraith's turn.
So the Wraith just continues to pull on Ulthion's life force and attacks him.
Oh, bitch.
Oh.
That
Okay.
changes
So
your life,
since
doesn't
you
it?
are unconscious,
Yeah. It's an automatic hit and 2 failed death saving throws.
it's advantage. Attackers have advantage, and the attack that hits from within 5 feet is a crit. So this is going to be a big hit.
So it doesn't technically matter how much damage you roll unless you can roll over my maximum hit points, though. What it does do is impose my 2 death saving throws.
Yep.
But, yeah, plus it can, in theory, he can still keep reducing max HP.
Oh, he could.
In theory.
Actually, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But you do have it. I think since you're unconscious, I don't know if you.
Yeah, I
got it.
probably
Con
wouldn't.
saves aren't affected by unconscious. You would just
No, I'd still get the
No,
same,
from
but his...
You get advantage.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's just a really interesting situation with all that stuff stacked down.
Yeah, 'cause, like,
scenario.
You
This is
might
really...
need to be
I don't know.
able to
I'm
hear
pretty
it.
stoked.
You
Like,
automatically
I don't like-
fail strength and dex saving throws while you're unconscious.
yeah.
So.
I don't like getting my ass whooped, but this is really fun.
So the Wraith has a +6 to hit. Ooh!
Nice.
It doesn't hit!
I thought it
It
auto hits.
It
No,
has to hit
no,
and then it
disadvantage.
crits.
Yeah. Still has to hit you.
Yeah.
I'm reading it right here.
Yeah.
Good armor.
You have to hit and then it
Attackers
makes
have advantage, and any attacks that hits from within 5 feet is a crit.
Yeah, bro!
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Yes, bro!
Because so basically, unconscious makes you incapacitated. Incapacitate says you cannot take actions or reactions. You can't move or speak, and you're unaware of your surroundings. You drop any held items and fall prone. That's one thing that people normally forget is that their items are
Yeah,
dropped. They
they
got to
drop
come
their
back
stuff,
up
yeah.
technically. But I just overlook that most of the time. You automatically fail strength and dex saving throws. Attackers have advantage, and any attack that hits from within 5 feet is a crit. So it
Gotcha.
misses.
Scrapes
Trin
against my armor.
manages to like turn, see the Wraith pulling on you, and just like swings at it real quick. And it just like kind of moves aside and then just starts coming back towards you on the ground. Almost like it can tell that you're like on the threshold of death's door. It's just focused on it. Okay. That ends the Wraith's turn.
Oh god, now it's Trin's turn.
You got this, Trin.
Trin leans down.
Big, bro.
to Altheon.
Now!
Altheon, we need you. We're not gonna make it without you. As I cast protection from evil and good on Altheon. And then, with my instrument, and then I can't cast my bonus action.
You're asking if spells using your instrument count as spells towards your turn if you can cast a bonus action like Healing Word?
Oh, I changed what I'm gonna do. I cast Healing Word, leveled up to super
shit.
high level of spell.
Fucking forgot that too.
Level
All right, from this point forward, everybody within 5 feet of the groundskeeper can't regenerate health. Anyways,
Oh
sorry
dear!
about that.
Good news, Altheon. You're not within 5 feet.
Yeah, luckily I don't
shit.
think that's been a factor yet.
As I
Oh,
cast
I mean, it was with the healing potion.
a
Yeah.
level 5, level 5 healing word.
Blow it, brah.
4, 5,
Level 5.
6,
Going
7.
fucking huge, man. You know you still have the rest of the tower to go through, right?
Yeah. Can't go through the rest of the tower if we're dead, though.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, that
No,
is a
just
good
leave
point.
and come back later.
Yeah, exactly. You'll save,
back
save
next
point.
year.
Checkpoint.
So 22
22's not bad.
HP. And as you start to rouse, I shove a healing potion in your mouth.
That is all. You're like, oh.
For another.
Trying to pray here.
You're just like, the self-reliant.
For another 7 points of health.
That's about as much as we could give you there, boss.
Shut up, drink this! As I end my turn.
Yeah, this fucking Dr. Feelgood shoves a healing potion in your mouth. That puts you at 2, right? Still for exhaustion.
Yes, I have 2 points of exhaustion.
So this next one would be a 3rd then.
Mm-hmm.
Disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. That one's brutal.
3's where it takes a
Yeah.
turn for sure.
Yeah.
for sure.
Now that ends Trin's turn, making it the Spectre's turn.
So the Spectre just decides to attack you, Trin.
Oh, why on earth would they do that?
Why on earth would it do that?
Why on earth would do that?
I swear.
What is this? Too
So
speak of?
22 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
So that's going to be 6 necrotic damage.
That's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
It's going to be 6 necrotic, and I need you to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
Ow, I got advantage. I totally passed. Woo.
Right on. Awesome.
I'm a winner. I feel like a winner.
So the Spectre latches onto your goes through your sword and grabs your hand, and you feel it start to pull all this energy out of your hand, and you start to see your hand kind of wither but as soon as you pull it away again, retract the sword, it goes back to normal. All right. So the other Spectre chases after Locke.
Oh dear.
I still have that +5 armor class. Hopefully that'll pay off.
Yep. We'll find out. And it does, because it misses.
Oh.
When we get to the top of the order, we'll take a break.
Okay.
Maybe Katarina's turn.
Katarina's turn.
Okay, Katarina's gonna fucking second guess her life
Play dead.
choices. Not a bad idea. This isn't Divinity, so it doesn't work as well. She's going to fucking quicken spell a fucking dimension door.
Not bad.
And bamf the fuck out.
She can take somebody with her if she'd like to.
She can.
If Locke is within range, she's gonna grab Locke.
Oh, hell yeah.
And she's just gonna look at Godric and say,
Okay.
"Good luck."
Is she gonna stand up first or do it from the ground?
She's gonna fucking do it from the ground.
Okay.
Just kind of go, "Good luck, Godric," and then quicken spell dimension door
To
to anywhere but here. She's gonna go.
where's the laser pointer? Where's the laser pointer to point where you want to go? Laser pointer.
I'm literally using it right now.
Oh,
Okay.
fucking
Where you going?
Back. We're gonna go in the back right corner by the fucking stairs.
By the stairs?
Yeah, that farthest distance from everybody.
Well,
Bam.
Then, using her action, she's going to drink a greater health potion.
All right. Sounds good.
You know what sucks about using spells last week? Is that I forgot I was still under the effects of spells. Yeah.
I just rolled max.
I have protection from evil.
Fucking 20.
Oh yeah, you did do that. Right,
Yep.
right before you lit the candle.
Yeah.
You also had temporary hit
Yeah, you
points
did
because
do
you
that.
had heroism.
You're also under the effect
Yeah.
of the bless spell because you drank the potion of heroism.
Well, that's where oh yes, yeah. Yeah. Cool. Which
All
makes it
right,
like
not a
an
bad
$8,000
chunk of health I
potion.
just got back.
We live and we learn.
Yeah, pretty much. At least you remembered now, dude. Better than not remembering at all.
I don't think it is. Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, there was no. We all died, but there was no way out of it.
Ignorance is bless.
Ignorance is blessed.
That's kind of funny.
All right, that ends Katarina's turn.
Maybe it's Godric's turn.
Nope, legendary action from the Groundskeeper as it strikes Godric again.
How you doing over there? big
This
time?
is we're in a dangerous territory
If
right
it
now.
hits, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I think it might hit.
Actually, how does that read?
Actually, we're going to do this. We're going to do...
Maybe you
The
can.
legendary action that costs 2 points.
This legendary action is brought to you by the number
I
2.
love using legendary actions to go
If
right
it's gonna
before
strike
creature's
me,
turn
Andy,
and then
can
go
I
right after
can I
that
attempt
creature's
to
turn
use
Grovel.
Grovel?
my counter attack?
You can after it attacks.
Okay, so I'd have to survive. All right, got it.
Mhm.
That's kind of, okay.
So I'd have to survive.
You
Yeah,
can drop.
Says the barbarian, so I'd have to survive.
Got it.
Survive.
Survive. Survive. Survive.
Okay,
I'm
I'll try.
Fucking sweating over
Problem is
here.
we
If that
So
starts
it's-
swinging on us, we're
It
toast.
goes to swing. It comes down. You deflect the attack with Gwendolyn, and then it sees right through you and just lunges forward, reaching its hand into your chest.
Oh
That's hot.
no, this is not hot. Rin. This is not the time to make jokes.
How do you have time to even say that to him?
Sorry, yeah.
18.
Sorry.
18
We're in our heads.
Hits. So you're right. You're right.
Hit.
We're entering this. That's not my jokes.
18 to hit.
He said it hits.
Oh, I said it hit.
It hits.
Yeah.
It hits.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to take...
Is it a powerful hit?
So
Switch over
this
and
is
take
going
a
to
nap
be...
together.
How do you want to do it?
How do you want to do
Yeah.
it?
Unless you roll straight ones, bruh. I'm down.
It's going to be...
I'm down.
Actually. Fuck, actually.
It's one of those fun effects.
Hey, Sandy Gal.
Hey!
Hi. Hi, Germany.
You watch us get our butts kicked.
Yeah, I'm glad you
That's
got
what
your
you're
book,
doing
by
now.
the way.
So that's going to be 25 necrotic damage.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I go down. But Godric kind of going down, he just flexes his muscles, digging into his hatred for this fucking creature, and attempts to relentless rage.
Butt.
Okay.
Big butt. Is it a big button you cannot lock?
Yes, so I need to roll a 10. A DC con 10.
So you don't even need to roll a 10, you need to roll a 4. You're
Passed.
good.
12.
Hmm?
So I maintain 1 HP.
So you're at 1 HP.
Yeah, but 1 HP now. Fucking pissed.
The DC's 15 next time.
Cool. Can you roll a DC 15 Constitution saving throw for me, please, as well?
Pass.
Pass? Cool.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Fucking saving throws, man. I'm having
Well,
flashbacks to
so you just need-
Thalen's death because it's coming out of really stupid saving throws.
That's
Oh my
usually
God.
how it goes.
Yeah, this is really...
What's that, chat?
Save
Fail a
yourself.
saving throw?
It has
Don't.
1 legendary action left.
What's that? Autofill saving?
I'm gonna return the kind and smack this motherfucker.
You probably should.
I'm gonna recklessly swing at this son of a bitch. With Gwendolyn.
Nice.
10 to 1, it goes down this turn if he hits it.
Oh, that's a D12.
That's a D12, yeah.
Roll the right dice, man. Come on, focus.
No, he rolled a d12. He gets whatever.
Oh.
Fucking 17 to hit.
17 misses.
Can I add a hit? That doesn't work. All right, so misses. All right, cool.
Mhm.
My turn.
17 misses.
All right, I'm again, almost foaming at the mouth, losing all cognitive thought. I just begin just hacking in like I am trying to cut a fucking tree down. Recklessly strike my first attack.
If he misses, he better spin in a
Katarina
circle.
went, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
And then somebody else went? Trin?
Oh, man.
21 to hit.
You went, right?
I went. Well, I went before Katarina, but yeah.
And Katarina went as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
22. So 22.
So
22 to hit.
We'll apply this after
All right.
this turn. 'Cause I should have pulled it already anyways, but I didn't. Yeah, 22 hits.
Then I'm going to use
Sure does.
Goading Strike to add an additional superiority die to it, and I need a DC 16 Wisdom saving
I
throw.
think you have to declare Goading Strike on the attack.
When you hit with an attack.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mhm. It's pretty useful. I actually really like it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a classic taunt. I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, it doesn't matter. It rolled 19.
Oh. So you get the extra damage.
Thank you for the reminder.
Mhm.
Where the fuck? I need another guy. I'm panicking.
You said
He is panic rolling. Oh, that's 18 or
12.
he's spiraling. I know, he's shaking panic rolling. I'm sorry, Katarina.
18, 19, 20. 28 points of damage.
28.
With 2 of that being radiant and 2 of it being fire.
So,
The 2 radiant is actually 6 points of radiant damage.
7.
You have
7.
4
It's
to
plus
it.
5.
It's plus
it
5?
went
I
up.
thought it was
Yeah,
plus 4.
5.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm just going to reckless again.
Plus 4 all night.
all right. So the first hit strikes it in center mass, and you just like you can see literally parts of it get torn off, and you shatter through its cloak, and revealing like half of its skull has been like shattered in place, and you can just see this one kind of floating greenish orb on one side of the skull, still just there staring at you, but it's still alive.
Coming right back around to swing again, I'm screaming out in its face, send me to Crom!
Okay.
Wait, you only get your 3rd attack if you crit,
This
right?
is my... No, I didn't...
That was a counterattack, that first one.
Yeah.
First
On
one.
hits
Oh,
turn.
it was a
Yeah.
counter.
It's
That's
a
right.
attack, yeah.
That was his counter. His
Okay.
special from his dragon
Okay.
runes.
Fucking grab a different die, 'cause I'm being paranoid, I guess.
Fuck
is
right
You
what
shouldn't be rolling spin down.
Yeah.
Statistically, it's the same.
27 to
5%
hit.
either side.
27 to hit.
Yes, but if you are good at sleight of hand, you can
But I
much
get-
easier roll a high number on that.
True.
die.
But I
so
get
rolling
natural
rolling
20s.
it under any other circumstance, I'd be worried. But you're sitting right next to him.
I don't know what sleight of hand looks like.
Me neither, dude. Which is why I never know how to apply it in game.
It's close-up magic.
Yeah. Close up magic.
29 points of damage.
20.
Hey, there was a disapproving.
I fucking...
29.
I don't...
Another solid strike, dude, as you tear away at its form, but it's still there. And with the landing of the last strike, you see out of the corner of your eye the candle. And then there's a low... and it just kind of fades and echoes through your mind as it just slips into nothingness.
Oh my god!
No!
Alright, then it's Godric's turn!
That brings us.
Godric's turn is over.
I have been using it.
Oh, you haven't been, have you?
No, I haven't been thinking about it. Yeah, I have my turn.
Top
Which
of the
takes us to a
round.
break.
Oh.
See the fate of the adventurers as they face off against the Groundskeeper at
Yeah.
the bottom level of the Tower of Fell
Hey,
Bats.
I'm confident. I have over 5 HP right now. I'm not-
Hey, I
I'm
got
not gonna give it
one.
away.
I got one, dude.
This
We're
could
holding
be
it
it.
down,
This
bro.
could be it.
We're
Being
holding it
chased, and it's
down.
not even your fault. Not
However, if someone wanted to really pile it on,
Do it. Do it.
If you want to
You
seal
won't.
even. We could see a real
You
quick,
won't.
hard campaign reset.
on the bright
This
side,
could
if
be
we-
one of your only chances for the next several months to actually see anybody die.
But
Cross it off your bucket
if
list.
that happens,
Kill a party member.
If that happens, at least we have the holidays to reset or figure
Yeah,
out what
that's-
we're gonna
yeah.
Yo, I'm just saying, if Godric dies tonight, I'm calling.
And you know,
I'm calling
that-
out tomorrow.
that
emotional
line-
trauma.
Yes, I agree.
do. It would happen.
I'll call and be like, my son
What a
died.
death in the family. Yeah.
Death in the family. My inner child was
All right.
murdered by my
Thank you all so
roommate.
much for hanging out, for watching, participating. The little bit of healing that the party's got has gone a long way. They are in a tough spot. So
So let's all
go to the lobby.
Let's all go to the
Cool, we'll take us to the lobby. We're back fighting the Groundskeeper
I
in the
think
Tower
now
of Fell Bats.
we've officially hit that point where we're actually fighting for our lives.
Yes, for sure.
For sure. 110%.
No, I'm not. No.
No,
what
one
we're
of our
talking about-
characters came within one clutch roll of being eliminated,
You
and then turned
eliminated.
into a specter probably on his next turn.
You've been voted
So,
off the island.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I would like to ask a question. Is there a regular drain or just the legendary drain?
Just the legendary.
So you can't drain an individual player?
So,
That's probably okay.
Legendary
That's
Grave
probably
is-
for the
any
best.
legendary action in our tip store is a keyword that means that it applies to all
everybody.
players at the table.
Yep.
Yep. It's a keyword. Hashtag. Whatever.
Hashtag keyword. All right, so
Asterisks.
the top of the order, correct?
Yes, we're at the top of the order.
All right, let's recap. You're not unconscious anymore, right?
Right.
All right. Katarina's not unconscious.
Nope.
So both people who are down are awake.
Yes.
All right, good.
So I can knock you down again.
Exactly. Yeah, so I can knock you down again.
Get knocked
Katarina's
down,
on
get
what?
knocked down.
Exhaustion level 2 as well?
Watch, dude. She's going to only went down once. She's only down once. She's on exhaustion once.
She's only gone down once.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure.
Because she avoided it once.
Did she get exhaustion from the ride?
No.
The Griffin?
Her character, she doesn't have it.
Oh,
Did anyone get exhaustion from the ride?
we all did.
I did.
Yeah, you all got 1 level, right?
No.
We checked.
No, some of you passed. A lot of
I
you passed.
passed.
I think you all passed.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
everybody
passed.
passed,
Did
I
we?
believe.
I
Yeah,
think so.
I want to say everybody passed.
Oh, 'cause
Well, I mean,
thought-
check your character sheets. It should say
Well,
if
it'd be
you're
too late now.
diligent characters.
Oh no, I do
But-
have an exhaustion level. Look at that.
You do.
Oh, look at that.
See?
The robot. Yeah, and that's what we were,
Yep.
we were talking
Katarina
about.
does not have an exhaustion level.
All right. Yeah, so 1, 2,
He's on 3.
3.
Disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. Ultheon is not feeling a lot like himself right now. He's sluggish and struggling. He looks half dead.
Neither of us needs sleep.
I don't know what he
Wow.
was saying.
I don't know what he said, but it really sounded a lot like never fucking heal me again or help me in any way. That's what I heard.
Gotcha.
That's what I freaking heard. You freaking dirtbag, Mike.
So, once again, the
I'm not a
icy, necrotic, life-draining wind picks up through the room, screaming throughout, trying to drain your life force away. Everybody needs to make DC 17 dexterity saving throws.
Oh,
Rena
I,
got it.
I will totally do that.
Godra got it.
Thank the gods.
Passed.
Fucking so god.
Passed.
Disadvantage.
That's cocked.
That is not cocked.
No, it's not. I thought it was completely
It's just a bad number.
Yeah.
Justin, take the
It just
cock.
sucks.
Can I give him a pity luck? Can I luck him?
With nothing?
I have.
Oh.
Dude,
Oh, I did use my luck as Godra. Here you go.
jeez.
We'll never find it. It's gone forever.
It's gone forever.
It's lost in the sauce there.
Lost in the sauce.
Okay, so how much damage?
We're about to find out.
Yeah, I got a 4.
It's a love-hate relationship.
So,
I'm only rolling really well or really bad. Nothing in between.
That's true. Yeah, those dice cleared
Yes.
it up, dude.
alright, so it's gonna be...
Low, 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 low. Low, how low can you go?
9 cold damage.
I need to go a little lower.
18 necrotic. And half of that on the success.
Oh,
Did you
no!
fail or succeed?
I passed.
You're still going down though. You're at 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes,
fuck!
the relentless rage.
Oh no.
That's Trin. Carry on, Othel.
Carry on.
No! Did you go unconscious too?
I went unconscious.
How am I
I'm
the
gonna
one with the
fanatical
most hit points
reroll
right
that.
now?
I'm just.
You're a fanatic?
He hasn't used it yet.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
true.
really
Ooh, I've been waiting this whole time. Nice.
no!
He's still up.
Now what's it go to? 16?
No,
It's
now
20.
it goes up to 20.
Now it's 20?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm just really tired.
Someone better be over there and light that candle, dude, because your guys is one of your few chances in hell.
He's hanging on by a fucking thread, ladies and gentlemen.
This is-
Even
And both of your...
even if
Tex will pay $10 for me to autofail that.
Oh.
you did it.
All right,
There it is.
Godric goes down.
Godric goes down.
Damn.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, just know, turnabout is fair play.
Turnabout
Oh,
is
that's-
fair play in the
And I got 60,000
You at
points
least
to
have to
spend.
wait until after your guest spot is over.
Oh, I will.
Huh?
One
Oh, I
on
will.
Ronan.
He has-
Oh no.
He has
My
60,000
character
points,
just
dude.
went down.
Yeah, that's a
I
lot
have
of points.
60,000 points.
That's like
and
6 crits.
Yeah.
once, yeah.
That's the thing that you should customize for your game is the action points.
Yeah.
That way you can turn off the
Oh,
D&D and the Witcher
shoot. Really
ones.
easy.
I forgot all about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was only thinking about the ship
Straight
store.
fucking
We
murder,
can
man.
skip all that.
Yeah, we
Either
can help you
after
with all
or
that.
Yeah.
Who else? Anybody else go down?
No, just half. Just half.
Fuck, outright murdering someone.
You
Like,
went
I'm
out
actually
again?
like upset.
Again?
Yep.
I'm upset.
I'm sorry. I tried to
I
give you
know.
extras.
I know.
Yep.
Now
By
you're-
1 point.
Now your hit point maximum is half. Now
Yeah.
level
Shit.
4 exhaustion.
Yep.
Shit,
So
Andy.
Ulthion and Godric went down.
Trin went down.
Trin went down.
Oh! Who are you healing? Who you bringing back, Chaotic? He redeemed heal.
Chaotic. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a scary thing.
Oh.
Are you healing?
Are you healing Godric or Ulthion? Because we're both down. And Trin.
Or Trent. Yeah, Trent.
All three of us are
Godric,
down.
Unconscious. How's Katarina doing?
That I can see.
Katarina is up still. She's at 14, 19.
Okay.
She healed a greater. She max healed a greater health potion.
On top of that, she's resistant to necrotic damage.
I'm
How's Locke doing?
Well, the cold resistance has helped a lot, but if I was like to rate myself between 1 and 79, I'm at a 15.
Son of a bitch. That's cheating.
Oh, you asked. You didn't say how.
Oh no. Well, anyway, so it's Ulthion's turn.
I don't know what's our initiative say because that was the
start.
that
right?
was the environmental effect. So yeah, that would be
Okay. Normally, I
Ulthion's
get
turn.
advantage on these death saving throws, so now it's just straight.
It's
down.
flat.
who-
Yep.
It's a fail face, isn't
I don't
it?
want to
That
tell
was
you
a
what
fail
I rolled.
face.
It's a fail face. It's a
rough.
fail face.
Fail face. All right, so that ends Ulthion's turn, bringing it to the groundskeeper.
This is so
Correct.
fun, guys. I'm sorry. This is so
Healing
fun.
heals. And it
So-
can heal anyone. The one that doesn't work is healing potion.
Okay, so yeah.
Yes.
So you can bring someone up. Clarification, Chaotic Road. So you can bring someone up from unconscious.
Yeah, it's a flat 5-point heal.
Yes.
So yeah. So technically you have Trin, Godric, and Ulthion down.
Ulthion is on 4. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Yes, but if Ulthion's up and actually gets the chance
Yeah.
to do it,
On his turn,
he could probably stay up.
yeah. If
Just pointing it
it's
out.
going to be your turn right now.
It's a risk. It's a huge
Exhaustion 6.
risk.
is
I
death.
just went my turn and I failed my
Death saving throw.
death save.
So his turn's
So
gone.
I have two.
Technically, this was paid for before your turn. So
Yeah, but he needs to hurry up and pick somebody. Chaotic Road, pick
you
somebody.
got to pick someone, bud.
Cold can
Look,
choose
if
somebody.
somebody's gonna escape this alive, make it the goblin.
So, yeah, the groundskeeper is going to fly 80 feet.
Yeah.
You give it to me.
Boom.
Okay.
Oh, but his turn's
So-
done.
Yeah. The other guy took his turn, so Ulthion's turn is done. Unless Andy lets him take his turn.
Oh, yeah, it does say not currently unconscious. Sorry.
Oh, really? It
5
does?
HP.
Well, we've been playing
Okay.
that wrong for fucking.
Mm.
Okay.
Well, it says it on the thing. So
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, we got on
All
that
right.
way
So
then.
then,
So it's got to go to
Thank you,
Locke
Chase.
or Katarina.
It's either Locke or Katarina, both of which are pretty low, so anything helps. Also, it stops us lower health people from
Mhm.
cycling. We have a homebrew rule where if you go down, you get 1 level of exhaustion. As those stack up, you can quickly die if you're going up, down, up, down, up, down.
Yep.
Fuck. What I mean.
This is awesome. Sorry. I have
So Locke
never
has
even
his,
been this close
Locke has
to
his
dying
reaction.
as a player. Ever.
So
Yeah, he's
the second
definitely
time
going to
someone's
mash
Okay.
shields.
Yeah,
still
so-
angry about it.
I agree because he's going to
Was
make
it
one
just
attack
this
at you
time?
and one attack
No,
at Katarina.
it was freaking
Oh,
Blood God.
Seek.
Sieg, yeah.
Yeah.
The second time someone's outright murdered me.
With which he has advantage because she's prone. So he's going to make one attack against her with
You get
his
6 up downs before you die. That's what
His-
happens, Exodus.
Graves touch.
Oh my gosh.
You get 6. Exhaustion level 6 is.
No,
Yeah.
but I'm
So the first
basically
attack?
going to be.
Locke crosses his
Oh,
arms.
that's going to be a miss.
Unless someone
That
can
came
heal
in
me, I'm
real
down.
low.
Because now Trin,
Um,
Godric, and Ulthion are all down.
15
We can
to
do
hit.
it. We can do it.
Katarina and
15 to
Locke
hit?
all the way on the other side. For
15 to hit.
Katarina,
She's got a
Katarina?
plus
she's
4.
gonna shield. She plus
got a
4, no.
plus 4.
She has 16.
Okay.
I already used the match.
His attack coming at you, though. Coming in.
If I'm...
Ooh.
Yep, that sounds like it.
It's going to be a 24 to hit.
Goodbye, everyone.
So that's going to be...
There's no way he's doing less than 15 damage.
Depends on what I roll.
Have faith! Have faith!
I do have resistance to cold, but
Faith! Yeah, resistance? Shit, yeah, you got this, bro.
we'll see.
14.
Fuck me! No
Oh,
way!
14.
shit.
14.
I 8.5 it, so...
14, dude. I rolled 14 damage, even with adding the fucking... his... Wow. 14.
Jexodus just resumed mass heal all 5
But-
HP.
DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
I
Everyone
use
gains 5
I use
HP.
Northwind to block
Does-
his
that works-
attack.
That works
Massive.
on unconscious, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Everyone
That
just
works
got
on
5 HP.
everybody.
Mass heal.
Mass heal?
Yep.
Wham.
Everyone gets 5. Oh, fuck me.
Keep track of those exhaustion levels.
We gotta turn on that candle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
DC 16?
15.
15. Con.
Wow.
17.
Ooh. Ooh.
Fuck me, dude. Fucking
Alright.
nervous, man.
All right, so he gets all 3 of his legendary actions back, and he is ends his turn.
Can I see the candle from here? I know it's kind of like at a weird
No,
angle.
you cannot. It's at
Yeah,
it's at the base of the
yeah.
pedestal in front
Yeah,
of the
no,
statue.
I figure.
Jeez.
Hi, bro.
Hi, bro.
What's up, buddy?
Who's
What's
bro?
up?
Who?
Yo, what's
Uh,
up?
You're up late.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, he is
What's
up. He
What's up,
is
bro?
up late.
Yeah.
God,
Fuck, go to bed.
it's a couple hours. Oh my god, it is late.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia.
Georgia, it's on my mind. No, what's on my mind right now is this imminent TPK. Anyways,
Yeah.
It's close.
Katarina, be ready to light the candle. I grab her
mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna thunderstep.
Ooh,
And I'm gonna, might as well. I have to get her close enough. I'm gonna hit the one that put Ulthion down.
So you're gonna land next to the wraith over here.
Does
So
that
you can take her with you, right?
Yep, I
Does
take
that-
her this time.
does
I
that
grab her
damage?
It
and
does
go.
do damage.
Yes, it does.
It's 10 feet, right?
10 feet, so I'm in.
Right there.
So to her too?
No, not to whoever.
Yeah, I think the spell says you could take one person with you, right?
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One willing creature. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So DC 17 con.
That's a fail.
That's my last third level spell slot.
How much damage did it do?
That is gonna do 3d10.
Enough.
3d10. Roll hot, buddy.
I rolled
You got
13.
this, bud.
13.
13 thunder damage.
So a blast of super loud fucking sound of thunderous crash spreads through the room, and you disintegrate like half of the wraith, and it just continues to slowly disintegrate, but it's still alive.
Oh my god.
Me. Does that end your turn, Lot?
I have no bonus actions, so
Moving on to the wraith.
There's still scary shit around.
I just surrounded
This is
myself
so fucking fun.
with
Guys,
so
I'm
much
so-
danger.
The dungeon crawl last week and this, I'm sorry, this is really fun. I know some of you are only smiling to stop from crying, but I'm having fun.
It's really close.
Had this character.
Some of you may die, and that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Says the cleric. Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yep. Makes
That's
it
it.
wraiths.
Making it the wraiths.
Yep.
All right. The wraith's just gonna attack Ulthion again. Focused on his diminishing life force.
You have 4 exhaustions right now?
I'm not going to say anything out loud.
You're not unconscious
yeah,
though,
yeah,
so he
yeah.
doesn't get advantage on the attack.
Right?
Because you just got 5
I
hit
am
points.
conscious,
Yeah.
but at 4 levels of exhaustion,
You fall unconscious.
Oh, you all. Yeah, never mind. He has advantage anyways because you're prone.
oh, I am prone.
Yeah.
Oh. Hold on. I'm going to go through some defensive spells, reaction spells.
Everything?
Just go out there with the threats. If I can kill someone, I will.
Oh, Theon, it's so frustrating.
6.
It's so frustrating because
What is it?
You got 2 sevens. 2 sevens.
wait.
13 to hit.
That misses.
I just ended my turn, so I got my reaction back because I
It-
used
it-
my reaction
Right.
on
Right.
the
It missed.
groundskeeper's turn.
It missed.
But it missed.
It did miss, so let's keep going.
He didn't realize it missed for a second.
But I
Oh,
don't care
shit.
if it's meta. If it hits, I'm using the shield other
Yeah, dude.
because I'm just close enough.
Hexil's the demon
it-
lord, all
based
right?
on
He's-
his
he's a
AC
murder
should
guy.
have
My
missed,
AC is a
right?
19.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it misses.
But he also helps. He's in the middle.
Yeah. So with a 13, it comes up short.
Oh my god.
Whew. Oh man, dude.
Woo! Oh.
You're just basically able to like summon enough of your divine radiance from inside of you to basically push it away from you and brighten yourself enough to keep it at bay. But it just almost looks like this circling shark over the top of you, just kind of floating around the outside, trying to trace its hands
happens,
through
man.
that divine barrier to get to you.
Fucking almost got me. Jeez. Let's see where it goes, though.
All right, that ends the race's turn.
Making a Trent's turn. Give me a D4.
Jesus. All right, take it.
This happens every time.
Oh, hi, Sasha.
As I thump on, as
She's
I
laid on
thump
my
on your
foot.
chest, and I
Hold
shove
on,
another
I
bottle in
almost
your
looked at the
mouth.
camera and went, "Hi, Sasha."
Yeah.
I'm panicking. You got me to sweat, that's for sure. Because I was like, you evil turkey.
He's wearing deodorant, and it smells good.
I tried.
Oh, you just also did laundry too.
Did laundry too.
Yeah, so it's deodorant and fresh smelling clothes.
But I still sweat. I'm still
He's like,
sweating.
I swear to God, I'm sweating.
My hands are
As
sweating.
I,
so
Your
bad.
cheeks are as red as your hair.
I'm
You're
doing my
sweating.
nervous ticks, is what I'm doing.
as I
know.
shove
You're
a
doing
bottle
this.
of
I'm playing with my
healing
facial
in
hair.
your
I'm
mouth.
like,
As I shove a bottle of healing in his mouth.
Nice.
As I shove a bottle in his mouth.
And who? Odeon?
Your mouth
How much?
So you stood up?
for 32 HP.
Oh,
A superior healing potion.
if he stood up,
I'm so glad I gave that to you.
that's an attack of opportunity.
To stand up? No, I don't think so.
Only
No,
in the threat
no,
range.
leaving threat range.
You're
Standing up is
you're
not
getting
leaving.
systems mixed up.
Standing up is not leaving a threat range.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, you have to exit a
No,
fight.
it's but it still provokes an attack of opportunity. There
Does
are
it?
things that can provoke that aren't movement, and standing up is one of them.
Is it?
Don't think
Is it?
so.
Yeah,
I've never used it
I
that
think
way.
you're mixing
Never
up
once,
systems,
yeah.
man.
because that's what makes wolves so.
I mean,
dangerous.
if it's true, then
Then I just don't
obviously
stand
you
up.
don't, you don't have to stand up. You can just be prone. You're within 5 feet. You can feed it to them
Yeah,
because
I
you're right next
prone
to
the
each other.
fuck out of him.
But I was like, I don't think we've ever done that in 4 years.
Nope.
Either way,
Longer.
No,
7.
there's
I've-
no attack.
I've never used that.
I
So-
feed him the
No,
bottle.
bro, I'm
Yeah.
You may make an opportunity attack when a hostile creature that you can see moves out of your reach. To
Mhm.
make the opportunity attack, you use your reaction to make a melee attack against the provoking creature.
Yeah.
The attack occurs right before the creature leaves your reach. Standing up does not leave the reach.
And then I say, "Oh, Theo, we need Anatari's light," as I give you
Bardic inspiration.
bardic
Oh my
inspiration.
gosh, I'm taking
I was like,
Taking that,
I'm trying
stacking
to
that.
block death here.
How much was the healing?
32.
Whew.
It's a lot.
There's a lot. That's
You wanna
almost
hear something
outside
really
of the
funny?
range of what the Wraith can do on
I'm pretty
damage.
much at max health.
Because your health's cut.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what to do. The timing has been so bad for me to be effective.
Just
Well, that ends my turn,
next.
making it someone else's turn. Probably the next person in line in the combat.
Katarina.
Like the specters.
Fuck.
The specters. One of the specters just rolls right on over to within 5 feet of Godric there
Yeah.
with advantage while he's prone.
Not raging.
You know, sleepy over there.
Yeah. I'm not raging, so I can't fanatically. I can't do anything.
15 to hit.
Meets.
Meets.
Oh,
So
that's not good.
That's me.
That's not good at
I
all.
go unconscious and I can't roll
11
the save because I'm not
necrotic?
raging. Yeah, I'm already down. Any hit would have put me down.
hmm
What I thought you were up.
But I'm
He's
not
up to
raging.
5. It's not raging.
Yeah.
I went unconscious, so I'm not raging, so I'm down again.
Yep.
Yep.
DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
Please, sir.
Pass.
Pass.
Woo! Got
Alright.
that going for him.
Yeah, at least.
Magic goes back down again.
Fuck. Oh my god, this is awesome.
Okay. The other Spectre attacks Trin.
No, he doesn't.
He sure does.
No.
15 to hit.
15.
15.
Meats.
Okay.
Oh.
So 15
Damn.
necrotic.
I'm down.
You go down.
I'm way down.
Wham. DC 10 Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh,
I want to express.
I failed.
So good.
Alright, so your hit point maximum is reduced by that amount, 13.
Even if we make it out, we have to run away. Like, we're fucked.
He hasn't healed. He's got some healing stacked up.
There's so much exhaustion to go around, there's no way.
I don't know. I might be able to pull a rabbit. We'll see. We'll see. Oh my god.
Now it should be Cat's turn.
Yeah.
Yep, that ends the Spectre's turn.
All right, so
Yeah, now it's Katarina's turn.
she's gonna quicken spell prestidigitation to light the.
I was just told I'm supposed to leave Trin alone, but I'm gonna ignore that.
Who said that? Oh,
Everyone?
No playing favorites.
If you're gonna play
Everyone?
favorites, spend some money on the tip store and save him.
Okay.
Prove the favorites.
No.
Legendary Drain.
Well, fuck
What?
yourselves.
What?
Legendary Drain.
$2
No.
Texil.
Texil just what?
$150 tip.
Texil does legendary drain?
All right.
Oh fuck.
All right. Well, 0 times 0, 0 minus 0 is still 0. So woo. Fuck.
Wait, what does it do?
Katarina,
Kobolds
what
like,
are your
"Oh,
fucking
whatever."
spells?
Whatever your current health is
Is
cut in half.
So
Instantly.
Instantly.
To the whole party.
Yep.
Oh no.
Katarina is going to quicken spell prestidigitation the thing,
Wham.
and then nothing she has can fucking reach that guy.
She has chromatic orb, it'll reach.
Does she? That or I can get Godric up.
Don't worry about
she's
it,
also
kill it.
not silenced. What else she got?
That's true. You want fuck
Kill it.
Level 6 chromatic orb.
So I go after it. And I
She
don't know if
yeah,
I'm
she's gonna
make
cast
it.
a level 6 chromatic orb.
Yeah.
You sure?
Magic, right?
That's not why I'm asking. Does she have anything else that requires something like a saving throw or
Yeah,
anything
so
else?
Something that's an auto hit.
Something that's an auto hit?
Not that's not necrotic.
She doesn't.
Everything's fucking necrotic. That's why I said, should I just get Godric up? He's gonna hit with a fucking hammer.
Yeah.
And he's next.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that's
I'm
it.
like, it's chromatic orb with 8d8 or I
I'm
throw
just
Godric.
saying,
him up, though.
does what,
Yeah, she has one more
her
health
plus
potion.
compared
One
to
greater health
statistics, it has an 18
And she has
AC.
an action left.
So that's
a tough
what
roll.
is the
That's a
action
tough
to
roll
pull
to
a
make
potion
for
out
a
of your bag?
6th level spell.
Isn't that a
That's the only
bonus?
reason I'm asking.
No. It's just
She's
pull out
got
the use.
+9 to hit.
Administering
Oh
potions
my
is magic.
god.
Does she have any
If you
magic
have it in
items or
hand,
anything?
you still have to equip it.
Does she have a wand of magic
Yeah,
missiles or wand of
Interacting,
lightning
pulling
bolts
an item
or,
out is a free
I
action.
don't know if either one
or any of that?
Oh, I didn't think it was.
Yeah, it's a free action to pull the item out and an action to use it.
Oh, I didn't know
Everything from the book is necrotic. She could do a can't do a Hound of Omen.
Mhm.
Just blast him.
Blast him.
Just blast him.
If that's your only option, then that's the best one you got.
Blast him.
Blast him!
I just want to make sure we're just understanding the statistics here.
I know, that's why I was like, at first, I was thinking about just getting
Blast
Godric,
him!
but I wasn't sure.
Dude! Fate of the die! I'm on board. I'm in it for this. Let's do it.
Yeah, she's gonna level 6 chromatic orb.
Okay. Does
This one
anybody
goes out
have,
to you,
does
Tara.
anybody have inspiration or anything? Well, too late.
Okay.
It hits.
Yeah, it's 16 on the die plus 8.
All right,
Plus 8,
that's
so,
a hit.
Yep. So 8d8. I'm just gonna fucking.
That doesn't. Yeah. I mean, we don't even know if it's gonna drop him.
I hope
Yeah.
it
This is She's gonna fucking do
And disadvantage for whoever rolls next.
lightning.
Oh.
Lightning?
The lightning.
Was
So
that-
okay. So 8d8 or 8,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
Does that technically trigger on my attack?
Yeah, I don't know when he timestamp. I don't know when.
That's why I'm asking the DM.
2256.
No, you
You
don't
cast
have
it. You did it a
He
minute.
said it
or
after.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
8d8.
Okay.
8, 16, 20.
If he goes down, we can mop up the raids. No problem. I can take them all out. I got this.
34 points of thunder damage.
Lightning.
Lightning.
Thunder.
A little bit of lightning, a little bit of thunder. Which one? The two
Thunder.
Okay.
Thunder.
Thunder. If they don't have ears,
Yeah.
will it work?
Well, mine's been working, so.
I can hear thunder.
Thunder. Oh.
I don't have ears.
So turds
Well,
start
I-
facing you guys and get struck with this orb of electric magnitude that she just takes with both hands and throws at him in the corner. It strikes him directly in the chest, and you can see this lightning tearing through its body, shredding off all the cloth, leaving basically just this skeletal floating form that's barely holding together. It just continues to come forward.
All right.
As it uses its legendary action.
So Godric's turn.
Oh.
I mean, that was her bonus in action, so.
Yep, she's out.
It's going to use its legendary action, all three of them, and it's going to...
Don't silence me.
You come next, right?
No.
No,
I go
after
Godric
him.
is next.
You go after him? So it's going to silence you. It's going to attempt to silence you.
But I want to kill it.
Huh?
I know.
Hard to do when I'm silent.
So it's going to use its dead silence. So I need you to
I
make
think it
a
counts as
DC
two
15
successes.
wisdom
Yeah,
saving
that's
throw.
No, natural 20, you get up to 1.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Brilliant.
okay.
Nope. No, sir.
Boom. So once again, the spectral hand kind of reaches into your mouth or through your neck and pulls
did
this
you roll
blue
disadvantage?
energy out of you and dissipates it.
It wouldn't.
Hey, it could have been worse. He could have targeted me.
Oh, well, whoever rolls next has
Unconscious,
disadvantage.
and I'm
because
the
he
cleric.
didn't use it.
Yeah.
So we still got a disadvantage in the chamber.
Well, no, I mean, if it was the next roll, then yes, but I'd lose either way. I
Mhm.
rolled with disadvantage and lost.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're
Godric's
saying.
turn. Godric.
I can't unlose because with disadvantage.
Godric succeeds.
Do I add a modifier to my
It's a
difficulty?
con save. No, you don't.
No, I
it's
failed.
flat.
Yeah, it's flat. So
I
you
failed.
failed by one.
Mhm.
No.
Failed by
dude.
1.
Who's next?
Next is Otheon.
Top of the turn.
Turn.
Top of the round.
Top of the round. Here comes the layer effect again.
And here
All right.
we all
DC
go.
17 dex saving throw from everybody.
Godric's dead.
Well, only take one
I-
failed save.
I thought damage was 2 failed saves.
No,
No.
damage from an attack is 2 failed
Just
We
saves.
only
damage
get
is
one
one.
fail.
Yeah, just damage is 1.
Oh, fuck. I was like,
It's
So
a
that's-
disadvantage if we're unconscious, right?
Well, if you're unconscious, you automatically fail. Dex and strength
Oh,
saving
dex. Okay.
throws. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's
Alright,
a deck? Oh, no, I'm not unconscious. I was like, what?
I'm unconscious,
Well,
so
no.
I
Katarina
Yeah,
passes.
strength and dex saving
Nice.
throws. You automatically fail if you're unconscious.
Yeah, I failed.
So, 13
I would have been fine before that
cold
drain.
okay.
I haven't rolled yet because
and 7 necrotic.
There it is.
okay.
I would have survived the cold.
You
but
said
the
13
necrotic-
and 7.
Yep.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Katarina goes down.
Oh! Oh, no!
She
That's it.
passed, too.
She passed. Yeah,
It
she
doesn't
passed
matter.
and went down. Okay, I haven't rolled because I'm at 4 exhaustion.
So she's on exhaustion level 3 now, right?
Two.
Second time she's got
Two?
it.
Yeah, this is her second.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wild magic on the next cast.
Doesn't matter, because it's
Irrelevant.
all up to
Oh
him.
my God.
If he fails, it's his TPK.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Is anybody still up?
Everybody's down but you.
Everybody's down but you.
If you roll this and fail,
It's
it's
over.
TPK.
Well, that's awesome because I'm rolling at disadvantage.
Yep.
Because used those lucks earlier.
I can't
Oh
see.
my god. What's the save?
For the
What's the DC? 17?
17.
No.
I failed by 1.
TPK.
Failed by 1.
What?
I have 0 dex bonus to my saves.
You have like 32 health! Oh, but
No,
you
I
got
don't.
half.
Yes.
Oh, shit! Oh!
And there we go. It's
I
a
don't-
TPK.
Holy
I
crap.
jumped! I was kidding! You weren't supposed to kill us!
This is what you get. You do it for happen. Guess what? He looked at you and went, "You're wrong. You're wrong."
Oh shit!
So, as you attempt to stand in this gale against this gale of necrotic
Yeah,
and,
that's fine.
and
Exhaustion.
freezing air,
Doesn't matter what.
you raise your hand outwards, attempting to just bring out the last bit of divine power that you even have, as the groundskeeper appears directly in front of you and just kind of reaches its lingering skeletal, barely put together body forward and grabs your hand, and then you feel the light dissipate and all of your life force and energy just fade from you as your vision wobbles and darkens and you fall unconscious to the ground.
Well,
So ends the story of this adventuring group.
Wow.
Wow.
What?
Thunder Dangerous comes to an end.
Apparently wasn't very dangerous.
It's pretty fucking dangerous. What are you?
that wasn't worth $150.
This wasn't worth my sadness.
It was awesome. It's sad. I've never been in a TPK. This is like my first time.
Yes, this is.
My
I've never lost.
cherry is
I've never
popped.
lost a character.
Oh, well, fuck you.
I've been on the other end of TPKs.
Damn, bro. Ooh,
Done
What?
looking at chat.
what now?
What?
I said I'm done looking at chat. I'm upset.
That's fair. Does that mean we're raced now?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, hey, guess what? We're gonna be able to go play with that kid now. I'm just saying.
Damn.
Even as I look on the brighter side of life.
So, let's bring up something real quick.
So it just happened.
Yeah, it did. Enough shit talking was done. It was gonna happen eventually.
No wonder, Ronan. The action happened. The points were spent.
Money was spent.
Mm-hmm. That's how it goes.
Once a decision's been made, once that final blow is struck, it's no going back.
So, as your souls pass through the veil of light, you find yourselves standing in a dark chamber. You awake. You see everybody in the party is standing in this chamber. Everyone. In this chamber is nothing but empty shadows and darkness, and a wall that seems far but also close. And then you hear the sound of a door opening, and the sound of a voice calling from down a hallway that appears with a red, deep maroon carpet that goes down a hallway. This voice is not necessarily gentle, but is also fairly forceful at the same time, and it compels you, telling you to come forward. So what do you do?
I guess I go forward. Doesn't really seem like there's anywhere else to go.
What happened? We
fucking failed. That's what happened. I'll begin walking forward.
No, we can't have failed.
We fucking died at the bottom of the tower. We failed.
Everything was... No, everything was perfect, as ordained.
I guess we lost their favor.
How's it possible? This can't be right.
We were in a dark place. Even the gods could not reach it, apparently.
No shadow was too dark.
Seems we're wrong.
Well, Leon will only get answers by moving forward. At least we're together.
Trin has a point. At least we're together. Katarina steps out and kind of hugs Trin and begins walking towards her.
I hold her hand.
We're still somewhere. I can only imagine there's still a chance then.
Come on, Altheon. I go behind Altheon and just kind of squeeze your shoulder.
I actually push your hand off of my shoulder. Don't touch me. This isn't right. Something is wrong. I can't accept this.
Too bad. You have to. We were weak. We died.
Olatrari, can you hear me?
So you don't hear a response. You just hear once again the voice calling you down the hall. You hear it's forceful. Come. Come. Judgment awaits.
Altheon, I think we still have to go through the first step.
I'll straighten myself up and...
That must be the Veiled Queen.
You're planning on seeing her anyway.
Veiled Queen does not judge me. I acted in the interest of the Seldarine and the Seldarine alone. It is their approval I seek, not hers.
Doesn't everybody get judged by her? No matter what you pray, you must see her before you pass.
Superstitions, possible beliefs. We don't have the answers, and I refuse to accept that one.
Well, let's quit being stubborn and go find an answer.
Feel free. I'll wait for Olatrari.
If you wait, or even project the process, isn't that how you become like those things that killed us?
The Seldarine wouldn't let that happen to me.
Well, Altheon, if you come with us, we can face it together.
No, I won't face this. There is more to do. I have to find the Savior. I have to see my son. I'm not going.
And I look around. Is there any other? It's just we're kind of in this dark room. There's no other doors or.
Nope.
So, but what are you gonna do? Just stay here?
They'll hear me. I'm not going through that door. Glorindel, Kilvandria, Sayanine. Sayanine, you have graced this party's presence once before. You have brought Trin back from the jaws of death. Surely you can save my friends now. There's so much they have to do, so much we have to do. We have to have to save everyone. You can't let it end like this. Please. Listen to me.
There's nothing but silence. And once again, the voice calls you down the hallway.
I don't know about your gods, Altheon. But we failed. I died. Fucking dirt. To a specter. A creature. That seemed to take my life. I don't want it to end. But it seems that my journey is over. Maybe I'll finally be able to see if I'm worthy of Chrome.
Well, we don't even know how things are going to work out. If deities have intervened in the past, maybe something like that's happening now.
It would be really. I wonder if. What deity would intervene, if any did?
I'd assume it's the one down that hall.
It's not a voice I recognize.
We might. We need to fix it one way or another. Altheon. If anything, we should do it with friends.
You can't know that.
I can't now standing here either. But here is darkness, and that is the light. At the very least, we should seek it.
We can do something. We can... It's not over. Go then. I will not abandon my post. I will not abandon my duty. I will pray and they will hear me. No place is too dark.
So Theon refuses to move on. What are the rest of you doing?
The question, well, I don't want to leave him.
Me neither. But how are we gonna help ourselves? You always talk about how the Seldarine help those that help themselves. What are we even gonna do? Just wait forever?
Maybe we just walk the other direction.
Into the dark?
Be the stupidest thing we've done. Maybe going into the underground and fighting something in there might have been the stupidest thing we've done now.
Definitely had one of the most severe consequences.
Well, I can't change being dead, but that doesn't make me not curious.
If Katarina is staying with Altheon, I suppose.
No.
I'll walk on.
Hold, Locke. It's not as simple as that. I know none of us truly know what is happening here, but this is very close to the area of expertise for any priest, especially those obsessed with death, war, vengeance. If you don't go through that door, then you risk, what is it called in common, a revenant spirit. You risk becoming a revenant. You risk sinking into madness and losing your mind. If there is no deity to claim you, then the darkness will envelop you. You could return to the world and wreak havoc upon it, hurt those you were trying to protect.
So let me get this straight. We have to be claimed by our deity if we stand here.
It's one of many readings. I'm not entirely sure, but the one some elves believe, at least. You're to be judged, and then your soul taken to the home of your deity, based on your merits. I don't know how the Veiled Queen fits into that, but it's not. I'm not ready to be judged.
Well, how about this? Everyone, wait here. I'll be right back. And I go start heading down the hall.
Towards the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna head down the hall. Oh, I'm gonna see what's out there.
Trent, wait.
I'll come back.
No.
I run up. I go.
You won't be able to come back. Damn it, Goblin. Damn it.
So you watch as Trin heads down the hallway.
Fuck. We'll go down the hallway too.
Mm-hmm. Let's go. We are to be judged. Let's see how wanting I was found.
Okay. So you enter the hallway, and as you step foot on the carpet, the last one you to cross that threshold from the door, the room behind you just like kind of disappears and fades into a black smoke. And as you walk down this hallway, it does the same thing. Behind you, every step of the path you take, the furthest person just slowly disintegrates the hallway behind you. Eventually, after what feels like a few minutes, you catch up to Trin, and you see him like looking at this almost frozen, shattered set pieces of glass as this ramshackle set of mirrors start to appear like throughout this hallway all along the walls. And as you look into them, you start to see like visions of your past, parts of your life, childhood, other adventures you've been on, people that you've impacted. The parts of your life are playing in these scattered mirror fragments.
Oh, look there! It's Sid's supply shack, and my mom. Mom.
Memories at best, Trin. Dreams, some fulfilled, some unrealized even.
Bad memories you don't want to relive.
I didn't want us to move forward. It's not just I that can't move, but Katerina, you were to be judged by the Veiled Queen, and you sacrificed one of her priests. This will not end well for you.
I understand, but I'm going with friends to be judged for what I've done. I did it for everybody. If that is the price I must pay, then I will pay it.
There's nothing we can do at this point. Otrari, if you are listening, just show me a way to save them. Keep moving, Tren. We stayed here watching our memories, we'd never leave. It's a distraction.
Okay. Does it take Katarina's hand again and I start walking down the hall?
She actually pulls you a little closer and kind of like puts her hand on your shoulder.
At least Locke made it, so he really does have a soul.
It seems that we can finally prove some of those bastards wrong.
I don't think we're going to be talking to anybody anytime soon.
True.
I know it's not much of a silver lining, but at least it didn't just all end.
Yeah. Seems I joined the line of Dragon Slayer runes bearers that failed their mission.
So as you continue through the endless halls and the maze of this mysterious section of the afterlife that you've found yourself in, the mirrors often shift between memories to sometimes even possible futures. as you can see a variety of different outcomes playing out in the mirrors. Slaying Riven, being slain by Riven, finding Katarina's father as she decimates him with magic and destroying his physical body, versus her embracing him in another. You see visions of a burning world crashing down, dragons fighting in the skies, the Cult of Domination's banner raising over the Palace of Marseille, to it burning. You see every variation of the possible outcomes of relevant events. Eventually you find yourself to a set of large steps, wide steps, maybe 50 feet wide or so, up this huge staircase that goes up, lit by burning braziers, to a massive doorway.
Why does everything have to be big even when I'm dead?
At the very least, if I'm to go to this, I have some laughter along the way.
Again, the voice calling out to you. Come to me.
Does it sound like it's coming from the top of the stairs?
Yeah, it does.
Well, it seems someone is saying we should come to them.
Are there any, like markings, insignias, nothing? It's
Nope.
just very simple.
Yep. All the walls and structure itself seem to be made of stone.
Oh. Alright.
But we have no choice.
One by one, I start walking up the steps.
I follow along.
Do you want help, Trin?
No. If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna do it on my own.
Are you sure?
Together.
There's a lot of stairs.
I know.
Do you want to just get off of me once we hit the top?
No.
All right.
This might be the last thing I get to do. And it sucks.
Have you continued going up the stairs too?
Haven't taken a step.
Katarina approaches you. What's wrong, Ophiel?
I don't know. I don't feel that anything is wrong. This isn't how it was supposed to end. I've had centuries to think about how it would eventually happen, what it would mean, what I would have accomplished or not. We leave a world that will be in flames soon enough. Tell me, who do you know, other than the people you've met, is capable of carrying on our mission?
A few adventurers that used to be in the party. Ilyana, maybe?
I don't know. What of Bridget and Marcus?
Maybe Marcus will become a great wizard. Save everybody.
If he has enough time to do it.
He's a very quick learner.
I've never been without the voice of my gods. I don't hear them all the time, but I can feel their presence. I can feel their warmth. Even at our worst in the catacomb, I could feel their warmth, but it's not here now. I've never felt this alone. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm scared.
I think we all are.
I guess the burden of knowing what's at the top of those steps is just being a bit much. Let's go.
She's gonna actually reach out and kind of like grip your hand. If you continue to continue to grip. She's just gonna kind of just hang on and walk up the steps with you.
Katerina, I appreciate your support and company, but I can't bear the thought of holding your hand and not feeling the embrace of my son or Aethwen, my wife. I would climb this path alone. Please, go on.
Katerina begins to walk, lightly running up the steps to catch up with everybody.
So as you reach the apex of this massive staircase, you start to pass at the top. You see individuals standing on the sides on either side of this massive hallway. Not hallway, then staircase on either side flanking them. People in dark armor with pale expressions and skin. Some of them even seem elf-like in their features, in their ears, their facial structure. Maybe a few dozen on either side. You feel like you can hear them whispering as it's kind of carried across the staircase to you. And finally you reach the massive doors, and Godric uses his arms to just kind of throw them open, and they just swing light as a feather inwards, but with no force, just ending exactly where they need to. In the room is an empty black space where you can see the stars silhouetted at the top of the room, and more of the mirrors, the shattered mirrors everywhere. This room is filled with them. They cover every inch of the floor. Mirrors of every design and every make, with the floating and shattered pieces up in the air above you. And again, you hear the voice. Come in. All the way in.
All right, I'm coming. Jeez.
I walk towards the door.
This voice has been very needy.
Godric, be careful.
I'm already dead. What does it matter?
It could be a lot worse. Madam Ophelia told me about it. Don't tempt fate.
I follow Godric in.
Alright, so as you enter the room, the doors close behind you. A heavy crash. More whispers. Then you see all these little dots, all these eyes watching you from everywhere.
Huh.
And as the door closes, everything kind of takes shape, and there's this light, the luminescence of starlight. As you can see, the stars kind of get brighter in the sky above you. And you realize that the room, sitting on top of all these mirrors, are all these flocks of ravens that are just kind of fluttering about. Every once in a while, a couple of them will take off and just kind of jump over to the next mirror. And then inside the mirror, you hear the voice coming from one of them. And then a figure appears. It's walking through the mirrors around you, seamlessly gliding in and out of each one, circling your space. And you'll see it move to the ones above you and down. This dark shape, cloaked in deep black robes, this mask of white porcelain, and this ancient golden crown. These long fingers that come to a sharp talon-like edge.
Oh, that's her. That's her. It's the veiled queen.
And then finally, after a few moments of observing you, you hear the voice speak again. And so you have all arrived finally. Here in my domain. Some of the most powerful adventurers on Terrowyn. You know why you are here? Why you have been summoned to my presence?
To be judged? Looking around awkwardly.
It's cause we died? Isn't that how this whole thing kind of works?
Your Majesty, is it true you can see the threads of fate of each of us?
It is true.
And some say you know what is going to happen before it happens.
That is also true.
Then you have to have known we would be here. And you have to have known what I would offer you next. If it's all the same to you, I'd rather not. I'd rather not say it aloud. I just want to know if you will accept it.
An interesting proposition.
What are
lays
you talking
before
about?
us. Though there is one thing that they don't even know or haven't even told you all. You wouldn't know because you weren't there.
You're speaking of their sojourn in Avernus?
No. No such things.
I don't. Dude. I have no idea. Looking around, confused.
Of course you wouldn't remember.
I mean, no disrespect, of course. Not that I think you would care, but they have to go back. We have to go back. Like you said, some of the most powerful adventurers Terrowyn has ever seen.
Some. Not all.
No, but strong enough.
Strong enough to do what? You said yourself, I see all. The fate, things that happened before.
And you think that you would permanently sit immune to everything going on Terrowyn? That as Takesis rises, as Tiamat gains power, as those who would defy the tablets wouldn't eventually want to defy you as well? If you already know this is going to happen, then you already know what needs to be done.
The world already sits on a course. The real question is, what part do you think you play in it? Maybe your journey and story ends here, and the world goes on as it should. Maybe it's ruled by dragons. Maybe they're defeated by someone else. Maybe the whole world comes collapsing in on itself and is destroyed.
Somehow I feel if that was the case, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Why wouldn't we?
Well, not having a conversation, we're being judged, Tren.
Judged for actions that have been, that will be, and that might be.
Then you would judge Godric for slaying dragons. You would judge Tren for bringing peace to an entire nation. Judge Locke for bringing clarity to his lost kind. Just as soon as you would judge any of us for the slightest crime.
So as the form in the face is kind of moving through the mirrors and changing the space around you and moving around, you're kind of trying to have this conversation with this disembodied figure that keeps shifting in and out of all these different mirrors. In one particularly large and ornate looking mirror, it stops and just turns and looks right at you all. And you read a shift in demeanor with it.
What kind of... Can I tell at all? Do I remember being dead before?
No, you don't remember being dead before.
Can I tell in what direction her demeanor is shifting? She's very testy.
You see the claws, like the talon-like claws, kind of like go from this open hand to like this closed, kind of almost talon-like fist. And this kind of standing upright, straight posture. And the porcelain mask, which has been undefined, there in the side of the porcelain, it shifts, and there is a scowl across the face.
Oh no.
Be truthful. The change in the voice and the temperament accompanies. Tell me what it is that you truly want.
Locke will step forward. I want to unlock the mysteries of mine and all my people's past and become the most powerful wizard to ever walk the ground, the earth of Terrowyn. To live a life long and prosperous and teach magic to all those who would come to me. And because of my form, I know that my end will be violent. So I will see you again, or I've already met that fate.
You have already lived 1,000 fates. You see every moment of what is to come, what has happened, and what will happen.
These are the things I want. This is the truth I believe.
You ask us to be honest, but I don't think you've been. On the way here, we were shown possibilities, things that have not come to be, but that couldn't possibly come to be if we're here. There were paths with forks in the road, which means it is not a singular shred of fate, but rather doors to be opened and walked through. So you know all of these possible outcomes, but they can't possibly be predetermined if there are choices to make.
I alone thread fate. I alone connect the doors through pathways to one another. If this is where it ends, and I choose so, then this is where it ends.
I accept your judgment, unafraid, and that is the truth. I take another step forward.
Do you wish to go back? Finish what you started?
Is that an option?
Doesn't matter, she wants us to answer truthfully.
Yes. Every fiber of my being wants this. I did not die as I wanted. Did not live as I wanted.
Why, so you could go back and raid and pillage other lands?
No, so I can go back and kill Andrakar and save the fucking world.
Don't need you to save the world. Don't need anything from any of you. You are a simple curiosity. I take interest in you because of the blessings laid upon you by another, one of my servants. Then the figure disappears for a moment, and you hear these loud echoing kind of cries of disparity coming from somewhere deeper within the endless rows of mirrors and shattered fragments. And you hear almost like a young woman's voice, and just sort of crying out, sobbing, just quietly. And then you hear a loud snap of the voice, "Quiet, you!" And then just cries some more. And then the figure of the Veiled Queen comes back into view. The scowl gone.
Why are you toying with us? Why show us these things?
Not toying with you, simply trying to understand. I'm sorry.
It's really confusing.
I am sorry.
Your Majesty. As I bow, I step forward.
And it snaps and you see the scowl. What?
I do not mean to upset you, Your Highness. But I was going to answer your question, if you would like. The things that we want, that you wanted us to answer truthfully.
And it shifts from the scowl to a sad face. You can see like tears coming out of the porcelain eyes down the mask. Yes, what is it, Goblin? Please tell me. Trin, share.
You asked if we would go back, and my friends are very brave and true and strong, and they have a lot left that they could do. Me, there's a part of me that would like it to be over, just because that might be easier in the end, because we would have the privilege of passing on and not really having to worry about it. But the better part of me knows that that's wrong, and we should want to help and do what we can. It's always kind of been my nature. I've never quite amounted up to what I had hoped to achieve, but really all I ever wanted was to help my friends and be a good lore walker and make positive change, and maybe make it so things didn't have to be so bad, especially for misunderstood creatures like goblins and others. I wish I was more elaborate and in-depth and interesting, and I had a better story or reason to tell, so that might win some points, but that's just the plain truth of the matter. So, yes, I would want to go back, and I would want to help, despite that weaker part of me that doesn't.
So the Veiled Queen puts her clawed hands like over her face, and kind of just collapses to the ground and begins sobbing. Just behind her hands, and then like her moves her clawed fingers like away from her face, and just you can see is staring at him. And then takes one finger from each one, like talon, and puts it on the corner of the mouth of the porcelain mask, and then moves them up back into a neutral sitting and stands straight up and turns and floats right at you all, standing, towering over the top of you, looking down at you.
Am I still I'm assuming I'm still wearing clothes and stuff, right?
Yeah. You're wearing everything that you had when you died.
Like weapons, items, everything?
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach into my pocket. I'm gonna pull out a little piece of cloth and walk up and offer it to her. Here.
So with this almost alien-esque like demeanor, she like tilts her head from one side then to the other, and reaches out with two of the thinnest edges of her clawed fingers and grabs it and pulls it to her and looks at it.
As she looks at it, she can see that I've made these handkerchiefs out of the remnants of the standards that I got from Soyasa. So they bear some markings and patterns from Emra.
I'm gonna step forward, following Trin's lead. Oh, actually, she's already right there.
Yeah, she's already right over the top of you all. You're basically standing in her shadow, what makes up like the bottom of her long black dress and body. It's kind of just like in you, running across your feet.
Well, I think I will follow Trin's lead. I will say the truth, which is I want to go back. I want to finish my fight. I want to fight Andrakar. I want to see... I guess I lost already. That doesn't mean I'm worthy. But I want to try again.
Mm-hmm.
My spirit is not ready to pass on. I'm still ready to fight. I'm not ready to go to Crom yet. I know one day I will, but I want to do it after having killed Andrakar. That is what I want. That and for my friends to live, which is relatively new in my life. I have grown to appreciate them like family. If they may live and I may die, I'd pay that price.
And then I'm gonna reach up and undo the necklace around my neck. Turn and kind of put it in my palm. It's a carved sigil of Crom. It looks like hand carved. It's not beautifully done. It's just kind of very crudely done. And I offer it up.
This is the last thing I have of my mother. I made it when I was a child with her. She was showing me how to use my hands properly.
Where's the pipe? See if she takes it.
So she grabs that as well, pulling it from your hands.
I have nothing to offer you. Every service, every token ever was already guaranteed to another. You know I am a servant of the Seldarine. You asked if I wanted to go back, and basically to what end. Of course I want to go back. I can't accept that this is where the road ends, but it's not to stop Takesis. It would be an added benefit. I constantly gaze upon those in the lands of Gwinnett, and I see a people with potential, but while they reap the harvest, while they live their happy lives and grow, Eridor, Mindrathis falls. The time of the elves is long gone. And all I want is for there to be a future for my son. I want to know he can live a full life. That he can experience the joy that I had the day he was born, when he hopefully births his own son or daughter. I don't care about the orbs, I don't care about Takesis. I was just hoping to find something to save my home. We can stop the dragons, and every last elf will be pulled into the spell devastation. Before you judge, know that you can't possibly see everything, and the people standing here, myself not included, are some of the best I have ever been with, if not the best. Tren, your heart, even now, is inspiring. Everything you have ever done has proven to me that there is good in all things if you look hard enough.
Well, I joined all of them. I'm sure you already know. I joined all of them to help in the first place, help them get their memories back and set them up to be able to do what most of the rest of Terrowyn couldn't. I know Ulthion's kind of spoken for with his god, and effects and commitments are already made, but if I could help them one more time, if them going back would be an option, I guess I could stay and keep you company.
You're not a bargaining chip, Tren. I've been trying to be nicer, but the truth is you were right when you said that, or when you inferred that maybe you weren't strong enough, or valuable enough. I don't mean that disrespectfully, I simply mean that there is much more growth for you to experience. Veiled Queen does not need a jester. But if deals are to be made, then I would happily volunteer myself for the rest of the party. Looking over at Godric and Katarina, on the caveat that you visited my son. Tell him how much I cared.
I don't know if, I could get into your home, really. I don't think they'd let me in.
They'd let you in. You'd be bringing back tokens of a lawmaster.
But I don't mean to be rude, but I won't take that. I won't take your offer.
I'm not trying to be some martyr. I'm trying to do what is logical here, what is most likely to succeed. Our feelings be damned. Godric, I would just as soon see you die if it meant the rest of them could live. I'm not sacrificing myself for the rest of you. I just simply know that I am in the eyes of the divine, I shine brighter than most. And that may hold some sway.
Your souls are all equal here. I know and see who claims your souls and where they're destined. You see the demeanor change again to the sobbing and crying. She kind of like turns and almost looks like she's talking to somebody, but there's obviously nobody else there, nothing there. And just kind of begs, please, just let them go. They've already suffered enough. And she spins and faces the other way, the scowl and the porcelain. Be quiet. Then changes to the neutral face in the middle and looks straight at you. If you all wish to go back, then you must all agree. I see. Then the 4 of you shall go without penalty. Then she disappears and appears in about humanoid size and shape behind Katarina, and you see her clawed fingers kind of come across her face from the back and pull through her hair, and then just flicks her hair to the side. But you must explain yourself to me and convince me that I shouldn't torment your soul for all eternity for what you did to Nikolai. For it is only through his blessing that I even allow you to pass back through to the material realm. And then you see the mask get like this almost scheming, wide over, smirked sort of facial expression as it just leans in right behind her ear, and there's a whispering. And you see like a tear come out of Katarina's eye and come down her face as the whispering just continues for a few moments, stops, and goes back. Until next year.
Oh my god, it will be next year.